All right, go ahead and start with the witty banter. John,
Alex,
go ahead, be witty.
I was just gonna ask you a legit question.
Oh, okay, what was the question?
I was gonna ask you like how that hot dog coffee tastes.
Oh, it tasted disgusting, John. It
It
was the
tasted
worst
good?
thing. No,
You
not
do
at
it
all.
again?
No, never
You get
again.
that? You get that at Starbucks?
No,
You get a venti hot dog?
no,
Venti hot dog?
no. I actually don't even want like a hot dog like normally. It was so
I was
bad,
craving a hot dog, and then I saw that video, and then I was like, you know what? I'll eat a salad.
dude.
Hot dogs are not that great.
No, especially after I did that to it.
What do you mean hot dogs aren't that great?
Hot dogs are alright, I guess.
what?
I agree. Hot dogs are a little overrated. I'm not gonna lie. They're a
What
little
the
overrated.
hell is going on right now?
Like,
They're not that good.
I'd rather have like a burger.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Sometimes you
Yeah.
want a hot dog.
No, I actually
Yeah.
never want a hot dog. Like just
You
let me
crazy.
just get a hot dog. Like no, I just never.
You
First off-
bonkers.
First off, one hot dog isn't nowhere near enough food. Number one.
That's why you get the deuce.
See, I don't have to get two burgers to be, all right.
Right.
I have
And then-
just
and
one
then-
good burger.
And then you get 2 hot dogs and you're just like, look at me. I'm eating 2 fucking hot dogs. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
That's a standard. That's the
No,
standard.
You look down at the plate and you're like, wow, I'm literally eating 2 hot dogs. And it's just
Right.
like, what a depressing ass meal
Yeah, you never be
2
like,
hot dogs is.
What is that? What is happening?
It's
Y'all
like
hate
the hot dogs suck. They're not that good. Not that
Hot
good.
dogs don't suck.
You ever just have a hot
Y'all
dog by
suck.
itself? Like it's not that
Like
good.
just a sausage without like the
yeah,
bread
just a
and shit.
just a wiener.
It's pretty good too.
No, it's not. They're not that good.
What is it? This is
I mean,
Nah,
when I was a kid, I would go into the fridge and just grab a hot dog out of the package and just kind of munch on it.
Would you heat it up first though, you animal?
No, I would just eat it cold, like
Eh,
just grab it and just eat it.
that's disgusting. The thing is, I believe it.
I'm saying the truth. I'm not lying.
See,
Oh
there's-
what? Oh what?
Yeah,
What?
when I was a kid, and I was like, man, let me go get me a wiener. I was
What?
gonna grab a hot dog from the package and just eat it like that. You guys never ate a cold hot dog before? You guys
See,
ever
there's
had
nothing
Out
wrong.
the fridge, man.
There's nothing
Yeah.
inherently wrong with doing that because the shit is cooked, so it's not like you're just eating raw meat.
right?
But something about just taking the slimy ass hot dog out of that package,
Right, with
I
the
just- 'cause-
residue.
Yeah, because I just picture you like here's what I picture, right? And it's not even look whatever. I picture you taking the hot dog, right, and just tilting your head up and opening your mouth
Like
and
a
just,
seagull.
and just dropping it. And because it's so slimy, it just slides straight down
it
into
has
your
all that
stomach.
No,
can.
I take bites. I take bites out of it.
See, I can't
Okay.
picture it. Like, I
Nah,
can't
fam.
picture somebody
You're
just
a
bites out of it.
seagull.
No.
You're a seagull,
And
and
then-
you're like,
And then this other thing I used to do when I was a kid, because the struggle. I used to take hot dog, like the wieners, cut them up, and then put lime juice on them, and just eat them like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, are they still?
Did
Did you heat these up?
I was
or-
gonna ask, were those
No,
heated as well?
no,
or-
they're
What is
straight.
wrong with
It's
you, my
cold.
guy? What is
Okay,
this?
It's
so
cold.
now I picture you taking the hot dog out, going the extra step of cutting it open, squeezing lime juice, and then
being a
proceeding to
seagull.
tilt your head up and just drop.
No, they're
shit.
cut up.
but
They're-
individually, like
Yeah,
like-
they're little
the
pieces.
same one, but lime edition.
Oh, dude, that's
Oh,
nasty.
sorry, Your Majesties, because you guys could afford warm hot dogs.
Did you have a
You could
microwave?
also afford warm hot
you have
dogs.
a
You just
stove?
didn't want to do
nope,
Did you have a
Nope.
stove or microwave in your humble
No,
abode?
sir.
it.
Nope.
He's lying.
Liar.
He's
You're
lying.
lying. Then why would you
It's-
buy hot dogs?
It's
The
either
adjective of the dog is hot.
Yeah,
Why
Rafa's
would
having
you eat
dogs.
that?
because you can eat them
You
cold.
had dogs.
Because you can eat them cold. It's either we had warm hot dogs or we froze at night from the winter cold. All right.
Why didn't
Doesn't-
you
Alex,
just
play the
whatever?
thing.
No, hold
This
on.
has gone too far.
Whatever warmed your apartment up, you could have just held the fucking hot dog
Yeah,
up to
you
it.
could
No,
have just
sir.
put it on the hot.
Yeah.
like, if you had
No, sir. You guys don't get it. You guys don't understand.
I really don't get it.
I guess not.
You don't
I guess
understand.
not.
I don't know what I don't get, but I don't.
I will say though that what I do with what I used to do because I don't do it anymore was eat Chef Boyardee like cold. I would do that. I was just open
Oh,
it
but I'm weird.
Right out
But
the-
I'm weird.
You slide wieners down your throat like a seagull.
Okay, no, I ate them. I took bites out of them, but you're eating cold.
Seagulls eat like that.
you're eating cold as ravioli from the can. That's nasty.
I didn't. Oh, not ravioli. The
But isn't
spaghetti.
it technically the same? Isn't that technically the same concept of what you're saying?
Well, for me it's different because I had a
Looking
fork.
down on somebody.
No, I had a fork. I didn't tilt my head up and just drop the can down
Nah.
my
Okay,
esophagus.
First of all,
I'm not-
I didn't say I'd never ate it like that. All right.
No, I'm saying like because he was saying he's like, oh, that's disgusting. It's cold,
It is.
ravioli.
Oh, you're
But is
calling
that
him
not
the hypocrite,
that's-
not me.
Yeah, because it's
Oh, okay.
literally the same thing.
No, because mine's just a piece of meat. You know, like there's no extra sauces. There's no like extra shit to it.
But it's the same
know,
thing of it's
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 not.
already cooked.
And mine's
You
cleaner.
just have to heat it.
Mine's
Yo,
really-
hot
Mine's-
dog.
I would
is
argue that
not
yours is worse.
cleaner than
It's
Chef
way cleaner.
Boyardee.
It
I
is.
would argue that
Your
hot
hands
dogs
are
worse.
Your hands are all greasy and shit from the stuff. And you
I
barehanded.
can use I can use a fork, poke it with a fork, and just eat it like
You
that.
say poke you with a fork?
I'm
You
gonna-
just start
Poke it,
stabbing
poke
people while you
poke
eat your
it
cold
with a
ass hot
fork.
dog?
I'm gonna go ahead and start this podcast now. That's
Yeah.
okay with you, gentlemen. There's listeners here listening to this.
I like how we're like, let's emphasize gaming this time. We're talking about deep throating a glizzy.
Hey,
I'm just saying the hot dog's not that great.
Have you ever had
But
a
you're over here
dream
telling me this loving story of your childhood.
that
Yeah, when I was a kid,
what is up, everybody?
Hello!
taste buds changed, John.
I am trying to intro this
I
this
understand.
motherfucker. All right,
We're way
welcome
over it.
to
We're way over it.
episode. What episode are we on? By the way,
62.
welcome to episode 62 of the Playing Pod with Alex, John, and Rafa. Hey! I applauded that time. I didn't mess up, John. I applauded because we're
You
back.
mean to
We
do
took a
that?
week off. Yeah, we took a week off. So 62
Oh.
finally happened. Hey.
62. What
So-
I miss?
Yeah, what did we miss? How have you guys been? Everything good? I haven't talked to you guys in
I've
like
been-
2 weeks.
I've been real good. Been real good. Been to, I've been cultured. Went to a museum. You know what I'm saying? Went to a ball game.
Nerd.
Been real good.
Yeah,
You're a
that's
nerd.
That's some nerd shit.
What ball game
A
did
ball
you go
game?
to?
I saw Cubs versus Brewers.
Who won?
Nerd.
The Cubs.
Nice.
Cubs
What
won.
museum? What museum did you go to?
We saw the Van Gogh experience.
What a
see Van Gogh.
nerd.
That's some nerd
You're
shit.
uncultured. You're
nerd.
ignorant swines.
That's some nerd shit.
And your babies will grow up stupid like you. See what
So?
happens when you disrespect? Okay, well.
bet you didn't see that coming. Rafa, how
Yeah.
you been, man?
No.
Pretty good. Eating
Always
glizzies.
entertaining.
Oh, I thought
Yeah, yeah.
glizzies were yucky. But he's over here deep throating them in his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You see that?
You
Now
seen
what-
that video of that
People never
guy?
change.
Seen that video of that white dude who's just standing like in the middle of the street
With
He's holding-
sunglasses on.
and he has a packet of hot dogs in his
he
hand.
just like
He just
inhales them.
inhales them. Yeah,
He's
that's
like,
me.
"Whoop," and
Yeah.
then like he just shoots them
He shoots
straight
it back
up,
up,
like
yeah.
yo.
What's a
That's-
glizzy?
It's a hot
Glizzy.
dog
And a penis.
and a penis. It's another word for penis.
People are using it for sausage.
Hey, look at Alex, old man.
Look
Doesn't
at
know
you,
the slang of the
dinosaur.
kids.
Oh man, I'm
Oh,
not gonna go
man.
any further in life because I didn't know the
Mm-mm.
fucking word glizzy.
Yeah,
Alex, we're trying to be YouTube sensations while we don't pod for a week. How
gonna
are you
be-
to connect with the youth?
you're gonna be at a job interview, and he's like, "Hey," the job interviewer guy's gonna be like, "Hey,
'Cause I have one question for you.
last question. You've been doing really good this
You
whole
seem
interview.
right. You seem like you could be a good
you
candidate.
Could be a good fit here, but it just got one question for you. Do you like glizzies? And then you're gonna be like, "What's a glizzy?" So like, you know what? Get the fuck out.
He's gonna
You're not-
spit on your application like.
And then I'm
Yeah.
gonna be happy that didn't work there because if it's dick, I'm not
Well,
gonna
no.
want to work there.
Well, you know how like people say like sausage is another word for dick. It's like the same thing.
Yeah,
It's like they're tandem. It's in tandem. It's the same thing.
Like a bicycle.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. I
All
was
right,
like,
man. Let me shout out to the audio listeners, man. Damn, y'all just stay. Y'all don't talk for a week. All of a sudden, you forget that we
I have a
have
lot
to,
to
chatty.
say. I have a
we have
lot
to thank
say,
people. You
yeah.
have
I
been
get
locked in a room
chatty.
for a week. All right, man.
Yeah.
I want to take this time to shout out our audio listeners over on Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, wherever the hell you listen. Shout out to you guys. Oh shit.
oh, fuck you this week.
My bad. Wrong button.
Fuck you guys.
But as always, we're gonna do
Oh.
the country of the week because that's what we do here. The country of the week, and you know what? It's the U.S. of A. again. Hey,
Pick a different country.
But
God.
here's why I'm shouting them out, because
You've already said
no,
this.
can I?
before,
No,
why?
listen. You don't even know what I'm about to say. Hold on. So the last time we shouted out the U.S. of A.,
Right.
right? Germany had one more percentage point. The USA came in strong and took a whole percentage point away from Germany, who's in second place. Hey,
Wait, you're saying when you shouted out the U.S., they became more
more
of
powerful.
our audience?
Yep.
So
they
don't
became
you
more
think
powerful.
that you should cheer on the lesser percentages so
What are
that
we
they can
doing here?
increase?
What are we doing here? Giving away participation trophies? I'm not gonna shout out second place.
Well,
you lost.
technically you
You're
are
losing.
shouting. You are
losing.
giving away participation trophies because
No,
they participated in
I'm
the
calling.
podcast.
I am
Right.
shouting out the winner, the top country, which is the greatest country in the world, the U.S. of A. Hey.
We're doing all that. We're doing all that.
Hey,
We're
if
doing
you want
all
to be the
that.
greatest country in the world, share your podcast in your country. That's what you have to do, and then we'll grow, and then you'll also become the greatest country in the world. Take out the
Wow.
U.S. because they're
This-
number one.
What is happening, yo? What is this?
What do you,
I don't
what do you
even
mean?
like-
I'm shouting out our listeners, man.
You just
The,
All right, all
the
right,
U.S.
that's cool,
streets
bro.
out here, they're killing it.
I'm just the play of the pod. I can only do so much.
But man, speaking of listeners, I want to take this moment to shout out our YouTube viewers because that's the only place where you can see what we play while we pod.
Holy shit.
And today that game is Zombie Army. I forgot the name, number 4.
It's just Zombie Army 4.
Oh hell yeah! Look at me. Hey.
I think it's like dead something, but it's supposed to be like punny, not punny. It's supposed to rhyme. Here, I got you. Dead War 4.
That
See?
did not rhyme.
Dead
Wow,
War
boy.
4. War and 4 rhyme.
Eh.
What do you mean? Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but it's
War
like,
and
that's like
4
that's
rhyme.
like if you put that in a bar, it's like, oh, that's one of those like mid-level bar, like easy.
It's not a good
you
one.
know?
It's
It's
not
like
it's not a good bar, but it gets the job done. It's a
it's
rhyme.
like rhyming time. Like at this point, like that's where you're at.
Do you know
That's
what
where
that's
you're at.
called? A rhyme.
Yeah, but it's not a very
I
good
wasn't
one.
here to argue. I wasn't arguing quality. I was just saying it is a rhyme.
It's not a very good rhyme. But we're playing Zombie
Not a
Army
good rhyme.
4
Dead War.
Devil War.
Dead War. Jesus Christ.
That's what I said. Stupid.
I like it. The game. I like it. The game.
Yeah, that game is actually fun. I've actually we played it earlier today, and I enjoyed it way more than Trilogy than Zombie Army Trilogy.
I am an avid Sniper Elite fan for the wrong reasons because that's not a
Yeah.
good game. Like,
Yeah, those
no
games
one-
look lame and dumb and boring.
Yeah, they are, but I like them because it does the thing where it goes slow motion. It follows the bullet, and wherever you hit the person, it goes into an X-ray mode, and you see like the bullet as it like either cracks their skull, it goes through their brain, or like rip through their heart.
Yeah,
It's
it's
pretty
pretty
tight. So like the zombie one is like a spin-off of it.
Yeah.
And this time that they actually added better X-rays for the zombies, so like I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'm all
and,
for this game.
And the game went like way more arcadey, so it's like
Oh yeah, it's way more fun.
because for whatever reason, Zombie Army Trilogy took itself like super seriously. I don't understand why. From what I remember, it wasn't like as arcadey as this one, even though the premise is to shoot zombies in slow motion.
It was arcadey. It just didn't like embrace it the same way. That like you know how Doom and well this game now, like they don't shy away from it being a game. You know how games now it's about the experience and they try to immerse you in it. Those
Yeah.
two games I feel like they're like no, it's a game. Like you're playing a game and they don't shy away from it at all. So I actually appreciate that they decided to just like get rid of how serious the fucking game is because it's like it's shooting Nazi zombies. How serious can that be, really?
It's
You know what I'm
very
saying?
serious to the families of the people.
The zombies?
Yeah, like if you turn into a zombie and you were out here getting shot, I'd be sad.
But I'm not in World War II. You wouldn't be sad.
If you were a
If I
zombie
was
and
a
you were out here
if I
getting
was a
shot,
zombie, if I was a zombie, okay. If I was a zombie, would y'all shoot me,
Yes.
or would you keep me as a pet?
No.
no, I shoot you in the face.
You wouldn't keep
I
me as a
shoot
pet.
you.
I might
Yeah.
keep y'all as a pet.
I'd hesitate, but I shoot you. Like it'd be like one of those like
No.
really sad kills. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like
Oh, where you
like
cry?
not cry because I ain't no bitch like that.
Wow,
but
you
like
ain't gonna
I'm
cry for me,
you know what I'm
bro?
saying? Like it was like damn, that's my brother. maybe there's a cure, but not, no, I'm not gonna hold out, and then I'm gonna look away, and then I'm gonna shoot one of
And
those.
you ain't even gonna do me the decency to look at me in the
You're
eyes
gone, bro.
as you murder me.
You're gone. You're gone, bro. That's it.
You're not there anymore,
Right.
John.
I could be. You don't know how this one
No,
goes.
you won't be
No,
when I'm done pulling this
no.
trigger.
I was gonna say y'all embarrassing. Y'all disrespectful.
I'll kill both of y'all in an instant. I won't even think about it. In my
Well,
music-
you've already admitted to wanting us dead on your birthday, so like I
Hey.
wholeheartedly.
You did.
That was
And-
that was more than a year ago.
And honestly,
people don't forget.
Rafa, you're not gonna outrun my zombie me. You're not gonna do it because
Yeah.
I'm gonna
See,
be one of
that's-
those runners, and you're just gonna get
And
fucked up.
that's
Ooh.
my point. That's my point. I'm gonna shoot you guys before I have to run.
You're not. I don't care
Because-
how much VR you play. You're not gonna hit me. I'm coming
Because-
after you.
No.
What
listen
zombie
to
do
me.
you think you'd be? Well, Rafa, you continue first, but I want to ask that. Like, if
Yeah.
we were zombies, what zombie do you think you'd be?
Okay, so before I answer that, I'm not taking any fucking chances with both of you. So the second I get to inkling that you're infected, I'm gonna kill you guys because I'm not outrunning anybody. So
Damn,
I'm
I
just gonna
sneezed
be-
one time, just out the blue. I got a
Yeah,
bullet.
for real. Like, if
Yeah.
I cough,
Yeah, it's over.
I
with.
just get cracked in the back of the
It's over
head with a revolver.
because
Like,
because as a fat man in the apocalypse, I'm not outrunning anything, and I'm not gonna be able to fight anybody. So I have to be extremely careful who I'm around.
If it makes
I
you
feel
feel better,
like-
you'll last pretty long in the apocalypse if you manage to survive, because you have so much body mass, so your body has a lot to eat up. If you fast and stuff, so
True.
you'll be
Hell
set for a
yeah.
little bit. Like John, on the other hand,
I
John's
die
dead.
instantaneously.
he's
Sounds bad.
gonna die. Yeah, I got a
I'm-
little bit of
yeah, I have a
muscle, a little bit of
slender
fat,
body,
so
yeah.
I'm in the middle. So Rafa will
I got some
outlast
chub.
everybody.
I got some chub.
Yeah, but not
Hell
nowhere
yeah.
near as much as
Not
me and
enough
Rafa
to
do.
survive a zombie apocalypse, but
Yeah.
I got some chub.
I just got to make sure I don't get in any physical situations where I have to run for my life or fight.
Well, like, you just said that if we cough, that you're gonna come for. So I already
Yeah.
know that if I even do anything around you, I'm just gonna fisticuffs you because
I'm always
you're
gonna
already
have a,
coming
I'm
from my
always gonna have
throat.
a gun ready, always.
Bro, imagine
I
a
don't
zombie
wanna-
apocalypse.
I don't want to bunk up with Rafa if we're in a zombie apocalypse.
No,
this man's
see-
just gonna be on edge all the time.
yeah,
I'm gonna
And
have. I'm
it's
holding a
already
sneeze
stressful
around.
as it is. Like,
I'm gonna be holding a sneeze, getting ready to fight Rafa.
yeah,
imagine
man, like,
I'm walking around with a gun, farting and shit, making a noise, being obnoxious as fuck, and with a
dog,
gun,
I'm gonna shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw out
It-
those pizza farts that I
Oh
annihilated John's room
hell no!
with a gun, now.
Dude, I'm gonna just tell you to kill me. Like, I'm not, like, I'm infected, bro. Like, I'm
Yeah.
infected. Yeah, just take me out, bro. Like, I'm not with that
Yeah,
whatsoever. I'm not with that
pretty
at
good.
all.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, y'all playing too much. But let's get into the most sought out video game segment podcast of all
Yeah.
time.
My
Put those
question.
words.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait,
fuck John's
what was your question, John? What was your
I was
question?
gonna ask if we were zombies, like, and like, you know how there's different variations depending on what zombie you subscribe to. What zombie would you be?
What lore are you like any zombies open? I
Just
can say anything?
any of the zombies. Which one do you think that you would be? And like, be honest with yourself. Like, don't
like
be
I can
like,
say,
oh,
like,
I'm a tank.
well, I wasn't
None,
gonna say
like
this.
Left
none of
4
us
Dead.
are tanks. None of us are tanks.
I'm
Like,
a
be
tank.
honest with yourself
I'm not
about
a tank.
like your stature
Yeah,
and
I'm a
stuff like
tank.
that. You are not a tank.
Alex is that one zombie with the big titties that spit out acid from Left 4 Dead.
Rafa, you're a
Spitter?
boomer through and
Yeah,
through.
I was gonna say
Through
boomer.
and
I was
through.
gonna say boomer.
Rafa would be a boomer, yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
said I either would have been a boomer. Like if I would be a cool zombie, I would be a boomer to fuck people up, or I'll just be one of those really fat zombies that kind of just hang out and don't really do anything, just run into a wall
Like
or
a bloater.
something. Yeah,
No,
like
no, he's just
bloaters or
like a
something like that.
standard issue regular
Yeah,
ass
yeah.
zombie.
like
got
the introduction of a video game where you're learning out the controls.
You're the
So,
intro zombie.
I'm the intro zombie. Yeah. So like, hey,
Nice.
attack us with RT. You run up to the zombie, just like slash him. I'm the zombie being slashed.
You're the zombie with the RT command.
Nice.
Yeah, realistically. But if I had to pick a cool zombie, I'll be a boomer.
Boomer. See, for
Yeah.
me, realistically, it depends on what transforms you. Because if it's like the rage, you know how some zombies get turned into like by rage, then yeah, I would be a tank. But if it's just
You would-
physical properties, like just that, I'll probably be one of them runner motherfuckers.
No, you'll be like that one. You'll be
yeah.
that one zombie with the giant arm.
The one
The char-
giant arm, the charger, I'll take that too.
The charger.
I'll
Charger
take
and
that
Left 4
too.
Dead.
Yeah,
I'll be
that's
like
fair
the
too.
charger.
That's fair
I
too.
think I would be like your standard issue Walker from like Walking Dead, just
I
a
see that.
standard, some
But like
standard,
season 11, where they're like just shitty,
where they're like already decomposed and shit.
yeah, like they just suck. And they're
We're
just
like
standing there.
we're like we've been here for a long time. I can't move. Or like a screamer, like in State of Decay, there's a zombie that like literally just yells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to call the other zombies, like I feel like I would be a good support
That
zombie for the squad.
Alex would be a good one for that too. Alex
Yeah.
has those pipes.
No, but Alex has more rage inside of him, so I feel like he would be like the zombie, in like Dead Rising when like the clock strikes like
Oh,
fucking-
when
with
they
the
get
red
7?
eye.
and they get the
Yeah.
red eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
would
Alex.
Alex would be a
That's
red-eyed
Alex.
zombie. Like,
Yeah, I'll be that. I'll be
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
I'd be a screamer for sure, and Rafa would be a boomer, which is
I'm-
low key is not bad at all. Like that's a good set.
That's a pretty solid
That's a
team.
good-
We'll
that's
take
a
out a
solid
lot of
set
people.
right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a good set.
I'm with
It
that.
kind of
Let's
fits.
go.
It kind of fits because like I'm screwing over a lot of people. And that's what I want to do.
You want to do that?
Yeah, like if I gotta die, I kind of
If
want
I
to fuck.
gotta die,
I just want to fuck over a lot of people if I
it's
gotta
like,
go.
well, if I'm gonna go,
The
I'm
vengeance.
gonna fuck you up.
The Avengers, like, man, that zombie's really determined to fuck us up. Like,
Like that,
Yeah.
There's something about that zombie. He's a little different. Like it looks like
Yeah.
he's enjoying
bro,
this.
he
wants to do
imagine
this.
a focused look on a zombie's face. Like, they're not dead. They're determined to fuck you
Determined,
up.
yeah.
Like, Rafa didn't even look like Rafa didn't even had that face when he was alive. But when you look at him as a zombie, it's a stern face. Like, why is that zombie so serious?
He looks like
yo?
the fucking I Am
Exactly.
Legend vampires. Like, that's what he
The
looks
one-
like.
Yeah.
The one at the end that's like staring at Will Smith, like, give me
Yeah.
back my daughter.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wasn't it his girl?
Is this girl?
Yeah, I think it
don't
was his
remember.
girl. I think it was his mate. But anyway, let's get into we'll do
Yeah, it was his girlfriend.
right. Yeah, but see, his vampire girlfriend just sounds like Twilight. It was his vampire mate. All right, let's get into the most sought out segment of podcast history. Hey,
Hell yeah. It's too long. It's already too long.
hey! For you first-time listeners, this part of the podcast, we like to sit here and tell you what we've been playing outside of this podcast. We're gamers. We love to game. We game quite often. Some would argue a little too much. So we like to sit here and tell you guys what games we've been up to and share that with you. I ate that up. So, John,
Yes.
go ahead and kick us off. It's been 2 weeks
Okay.
since the last
It's been 2
podcast.
weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
What have you been playing?
Also something I want to say too. If you have any gaming recommendations for us to play and stuff like that, let us know because I do listen. The only one I have not played was Erick's Final Fantasy 14 because that's an MMORPG and I know I'm gonna get sucked in. But that's the only one I didn't play. But Erick, I will get to it at some point. But I played a lot of Monster Train at first. Rafa, I don't know if you're still playing on Xbox, but I passed you in total runs, beaten, like finished. I think you've only done it one time.
I've done it twice.
Did you do it 2 times
Mhm.
on console?
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw that you had one, so maybe we're tied now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're tied now.
because I saw that you had 2. You beat it twice. I'm like, oh, look
And you
at
were
John.
like, you
Look
said,
at
"Oh
John
hell
go."
no."
And I was able, and then and I beat it one more time.
Yeah, so I've been playing that a lot. I even bought the DLC for Xbox because I
Oh.
really like that game a lot.
How's the DLC? I haven't.
It
gotten around to
adds
getting it.
like these like crystals, like it adds like a different enemy that like a different deck that has like these crystals per room that if you stack the crystals you can add like different abilities or stuff like that. Like some characters get buffs depending on how many crystals are in the room. You can take the crystals out to do like a crazy ass spell attack. Like it adds like a whole different layer to the game. And like I don't know if it's in the base game, but they add like this hell portal thing. I don't know if you've seen that. Does that make any sense to you? It's like a purple portal.
But what does it do?
It adds like it gives you like these point system, and it's like if you get like 100 points, you get like the real boss or something like that. I think it's DLC. I'm not sure.
No, that sounds like DLC.
Yeah, but like the more points you have, the harder the game gets. It's interesting. Like it is. I'm enjoying it a lot. So I've been playing a lot of that. playing Zombie Army Trilogy. I just started playing Elder Scrolls Online again with Alex, and then I tried Narita Boy. Shout out to Kenny. He said that I should try it. I actually enjoy it. If you haven't tried it, or if it sounds interesting, I definitely think you guys should try it. It's made by the same people who made Blasphemy, I think.
Oh, really?
I think, but it reminds me a lot of it.
Blasphemy is a really good game.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of it. Like if Blasphemy had like an 80s aesthetic and there was no map, like it was a true 80s game where you have to remember everything and all that shit. Like it's really good. It's really, really good. Plus the soundtrack is like super 80s synth. It's really tight. But that's what I've been doing. Rafa, what you been doing?
Monster Train, like John.
You're
Playing a lot. Like it's just that game that I'm playing right now.
That
Monster
game's
Train.
really good.
Yeah, VR chat, still doing that. Goofing around there. But I added a new game, which it's an old game, but a new game to my list that I haven't played in a long time. And that is Call of Duty. I'm playing Call of Duty again.
I saw you streaming it. Was that Prop Hunt like
I started with Prop Hunt because like I was like, let me play, like I felt like I just been having an itch to play Call of Duty again,
Oh, yeah, I'd be getting that.
And then I'm like, oh yeah, Prop Hunt's like a mode in this game. Like I never really played Prop Hunt before, and I started playing it. It's completely different from everything else in Call of Duty. It's silly, it's goofy. I had a lot of fun playing that, trying to hide. Like the way that I feel Prop Hunt works is that like when you are the prop, it's a lot of fun because you're hiding from everything. You're trying to be sneaky. You run around as a box or as a chair or whatever dumb item you get. But when it's on the other side, when you're hunting the props, it's kind of like I just want to get this round over with so I can be a prop again. That's.
I feel like you're doing it wrong, but yes, I agree.
I feel like you're the worst person to play like tag with, or hide and seek.
You're like, I feel like
when it's time to get Rafa, you're like, oh, I'm not playing anymore. Like that, I feel like that's Rafa when it's his
No,
time.
I mean, I would play, and then like when you find someone, it's pretty exciting because I'm just running around just like shooting everything. Every little box, every little thing I say, I shoot at it without not really expecting to get a hit marker. And then I get a hit marker, I'm like, oh shit! And then like you go after the kill or whatever. Yeah. But like I just have more fun hiding and being the props.
Right. Okay.
You know that meme for Among Us where they're like that one guy who, if he's not the imposter, he just leaves the server. You ever seen that meme? That's Rafa.
No, I don't leave the server.
Rafa just straight like.
I don't leave the server.
I don't know, family.
No, if you would have seen me, I played both sides. I had a lot of good time. There's some really, really close calls. Like I almost won the round like with like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of just pure hiding as a box. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And then I transitioned over to like regular multiplayer. And surprisingly enough, I don't know if it's just because I haven't played the game in so long and my elo is so low, I was doing really, really good through that stream. Like I was going positive. Like I was, getting like 20 kills to like I was averaging like almost to a 2 KD ratio per games.
For you, that's crazy.
Did Hector make you play League play?
No.
Okay, because don't do that.
Hector wasn't around, and throughout the stream, I was like, man, I wish Hector was here. You could have actually seen this because I was going in. I was like having a lot of fun in Call of Duty, and I was actually winning.
You should just clip. You should clip yourself and just send it to him, like a bunch of clips of you just going positive and just sending it to him.
Yeah,
and be like, League play this.
That's I do really good in multiplayer, but when we started playing League play, I do dog shit, and it's like we only play League play on the stream, so I just have a bad reputation, like a terrible reputation in Call of Duty. Like everybody says I suck, and it's like no, it's League play is toxic as fuck.
League play is what like ranked?
That's the competitive scene. Yeah, it's ranked.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I was doing so good in regular multiplayer. All the sweaty guys left to go play League play.
Yeah, and I'm over here casual as fuck getting dicked on. That's a mistake on my part.
Fuck that, John. Stay to regular multiplayer.
Be
a big fish in a small pond like me.
Yeah. He gets it.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to be a blubberfish.
Fuck all that trying shit.
Who am I trying to prove? What am I trying to prove?
Who you trying to impress? Hector?
Shit, fuck that guy. Oh, he listens to the pod. Shout out to
Hey.
Erick.
As I wanted him to watch my stream, so he
Right.
could be impressed
and
by
I
me.
was also playing with him, and I say that it's fuck him.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
but
man.
Call of Duty is a lot of fun, man. I'm like, damn, why did I ever stop playing this game? This game's a lot of fun. And I haven't even touched the zombie side of it. And I know that's been giving a bunch of updates.
I love it.
So I'm re-experiencing Call of Duty again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been up to, video game wise.
Yeah, man. Ash, what you been up to? Wait, you don't have to answer. I know what you've been up to.
Me, you don't actually. You don't. So I'm gonna. First and foremost, I will not accept Hector slander in this podcast anymore. He's part of the country. He's part of the most amazing country on the planet, the U.S. of A., which is winning the podcast wars. So hey, shout out to Hector.
Stop doing that.
Shout out to Hector. First, no more Hector slander on here. But me, I'm gonna throw a big ass curveball for you guys. You have no idea what I've been playing this week.
Oh boy, what could it be?
First and foremost, Diablo 3. Hey!
Wow.
I still want my apology from Rafa. I still want it. You can check
Rafa,
it.
Rafa, it's not a joke.
Not a
I
joke.
went over to his house yesterday. He has like 4 to 5 different characters, all like level 40 and above.
Nah, he has
And he has like the seasonal
Yeah, so season
like the seasonal
23
rank for it.
Season 23 of Diablo just started last week. Like whatever week we didn't record the podcast, I think it was April 4th.
Okay.
So the way seasons work in that game is once you start a seasonal character, you can only play them in that season. You unlock special perks, special weapons, whatever that are exclusive to that season. The season's over, it throws them back in the regular character pool, so you can play them with your old characters. So the seasonal characters it kind of forces you to create a new character every season and play through it to get the exclusive stuff. So season 4 started. Season 23 started. And I love it, man. It's so cool. It's such a great game. I'm glad I'm back in it. Like I'm on it daily for at least a couple hours. It's so fucking great. But yeah, Diablo. I opened up a little bit, started playing other stuff. So I played Minecraft Dungeons. Hey!
Ooh, Minecraft Dungeons.
Yeah, which is essentially Diablo, but Minecraft.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I was over here like, ooh, you play Minecraft, but it's the same shit with a
Diablo.
Minecraft skin.
Yeah, I love that game too. It's so fun. I had to take a break from that type of game, so I went over there. Yeah, very Diablo. I got back into Elder Scrolls Online. Well, got into it because I was like level 6 after all these years. Elder Scrolls Online, pretty lit. And then Doom. I'm finally getting around to playing the Ancient Gods DLC 1. And just in case John decides to throw shade, I am better than what John thinks I am.
I wasn't even gonna say anything, but since you opened your mouth, it is the worst hot garbage I've ever seen in my life. Like, yo, he's bad.
You know how what happens to you in League playing Call of Duty? That's what happened yesterday.
I don't know if I can agree with that.
That's what happened yesterday.
Because that's base game. There is no like competitive mode. Like that's just Doom that you look. But it's that's how you play.
It's on a harder difficulty. Number 1.
It's on the same difficulty I played it on.
Yeah, but I'm still winning. Like you're but see what happens when I'm playing any game really. John sits next to me and he starts talking shit like you're doing really bad, but I'm not dying. I'm getting through it. So it's like how bad am I doing if I'm getting through the game? You know, like I'm not dying.
You out here getting G-checked by a bunch of zombies. You got body blocked in the corner.
But
I'm over here like hey, do you know that you can do these with these? Like it's probably better for you to use these weapons or perks, and you're like, I didn't know that. It's like, okay, well, this is making sense why you're doing so bad.
But I'm winning anyway.
I mean, I don't know, man. Doom is kind of crazy hard.
Nah, fam.
No, it is.
Maybe y'all just bad at it.
It is, and I wish that it had the mode that Doom 1 had, that Doom 2016 had, where it's you can shoot the multiplayer, you can play each other, so I can show John to shut the fuck up, because I'm more than certain I can body him in Doom, but I can't do it.
I beat you in that too, though.
Just fight each other in like Call of Duty and Gears.
I thought you say fight each other in real life.
Yeah, do that. Just fight each other in real life.
Just fight each other in real life. We'll see who's better at Doom.
Yeah, yeah. Just box each other.
That's not the same. And Alex, we used to play Doom multiplayer. We did free for all, and I would always win. You would get mad. So
we're downloading. Oh, John, download that.
no, I don't have space for that.
Make fucking space. You're not gonna say shit like Rafa. You too. Download that shit.
Why
I
does
don't
he
care.
have to
Because he's
download?
over here because I can see him making faces in the fucking corner. Hey, both of y'all, download that
Hey, I'll
shit.
download it.
Yeah, you
fucking
goddamn
care.
right. And you too, John.
I don't care.
even want to play that.
I don't care
Me neither.
what place I get. I don't give a fuck.
John, I don't want to play it either. You did this to me. All right.
Well, then why are we
No,
playing
you know
it?
what?
Let's just play something else.
What we should do is that we should get on Gears and do a private free-for-all, us three in Gears.
Ooh.
And then that'll determine which one of us is better at Doom
Is
Eternal.
better
John.
at Doom.
Doom Eternal, yeah.
Right.
Because
Right.
I actually have a chance in Doom. I'm Doom.
You're pretty
and,
good. Yeah.
And
yeah,
Gears,
you're pretty good at Gears.
I actually have a chance in Gears compared to everything else. I don't know. Maybe Call of Duty, but I don't know if we can do like a thing there.
I
Alex,
think you can.
Alex, what are you doing today?
This, and then I have to go move a machine over. But I'll make time, baby. Don't worry. We can figure this out.
I'm serious. You're talking a lot of shit right now.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
I don't think anybody was talking shit.
Yeah,
Well,
you should.
Alex
No,
was talking shit.
Okay, first of all, he's like download the game, blah 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 blah. And
Yeah,
now
that's what
that
I'm
I'm talking about like, oh, I might have a chance in these games. He's over here pointing at me. I see you pointing at me, you bastard. All right.
Wait, why are you pointing at him?
Because he's doing that like this guy.
Oh, like
yeah. All right. Go with your dumbass machine and get online so I can bust your ass. Let's go.
Man, hey, talk about
I didn't
topics,
wanna
man.
play-
Go
I
ahead.
didn't wanna play
Man,
any of
look,
these things.
look. You think I'm playing with you? I'll download this bitch right now.
Do it right now.
I
Let me
am.
see it.
I am.
What are you
My-
downloading?
Let me see it. Turn on your TV.
Hold
Turn
on.
your TV. Let me
The
see this
remote's
shit.
over there. Hold on. I'm gonna get it.
Wait, what are you downloading?
Gears?
It's downloading Gears.
downloading?
How you not have Gears downloaded?
I think I do have it. I'm just gonna make sure it's updated. But
There's a certain set of games that I always keep.
I always have Gears. I always have
just in case, because I know they always come back in rotation.
Yeah.
Gears is one of them.
Gears
I
and
was-
Call of Duty. I'm bust both of you in both games.
I wasn't even
Let's
talking
go.
shit in either
Let's
of those
go.
games.
Let's go.
you are
Let's go.
insane, my friend.
Let's go. I'm not
Insane.
even doing this for the podcast. I'm being serious. Let's go.
Oh, you know what's
What the
crazy? I
hell
have
is
Doom
going
2016 on here already. So
He already has the podcast.
so come and get me, bitches.
Downloading Doom 1.
Hold on, I
No,
got
I'm
it.
not doing that.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Pull it out.
Hold on, I got it. Wait, but man, hold on. Let's get into some topics while I download this. We don't need to sit here.
Right. We have
Okay,
to-
it was in my
those
other hard drive.
topics.
I'm moving it over.
All
So
right,
I want to when I win, I want apologies too. It ain't no.
shit
Ain't
for
no
me, 'cause this ain't
apologizing
my
on this
fight.
one. No, you bitch too. You
No,
get it.
John, you're in this too. Don't try.
Right.
I'm not.
Don't try to backtrack now.
Right.
Matter of fact, not a single shit talking word came out of my mouth, except for the fact that I did beat you in a free for all in Doom, and you did get mad.
So let's find out. Look, I'm right here.
But
Let's
I
find
don't
out.
want to download
Gears.
now I gotta
Download
download
Defend your
Gears.
title. Defend your
Yeah.
title.
Yeah, whoever wins
I
in
gotta
Gears
download these
can
games I
beat
don't wanna
everybody.
And everything else.
Whoever wins in Gears
I gotta
can
download games
beat
I don't want to play.
everybody in a game mode that does not exist on Doom Eternal.
the
That's
other-
that's how
yeah.
we're gonna do it. All right. That's
Wait,
how
I thought you have
Gears.
Gears. I thought you have Gears downloaded, John.
No, I have Gears downloaded.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's over here talking about download Doom or some shit.
Oh yeah,
No,
do
no,
that
no.
too. Do that too.
Oh,
I'll be
no.
Download. I don't care about that. You can download that if you want. But we're talking
I don't
about.
even want to play Gears.
We're selling this in Gears.
I literally said we're selling something I have no part in because that's y'all, and a game that I don't want to play.
From now on, any argument that we have on this
Is settled in
podcast
Gears?
is facts aside. We're gonna take it to Gears, and whoever
Yeah.
wins was right in the argument. I don't care
Yeah.
if it was proven wrong. If you win in Gears, your side's correct, and that's it. That's
Exactly.
it.
And that's what is it? That's
and-
Nolan. That's not what is it? Undisputed.
Yeah.
Undisputed. You're the double champ. That's it. You won. That's
Like your
it.
argument is undisputed, even if it's wrong.
Yeah.
Like if for some reason you guys are like, oh, evolution, and someone's like, yeah, it does, and the non-evolution person or flat Earth person wins, then
I'm sorry. We live in a
Sorry.
flat Earth.
Exists.
sorry, we live in a
Exactly.
pancake.
And if you
Yeah.
have new information, you have to beat
You
them
have to
in
re-
Gears.
You have to refight.
Fight, yeah.
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 So all right,
That's
that
how
is
things are gonna be settled for now.
that is the way.
I'm not mad at that.
No, me neither. Me neither. A lot of curse words are going to be said, but let's get into some gaming news. And I want to jump into one that is interesting to me because it can go into a cool conversation here. So, Mario, was it 99, 39, 79? What was it? Mario 35?
35.
35.
Mario 35 was an interesting take on the battle royale genre. You know, it was the original Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
That you played it against 35 other people. You know, the more enemies you kill, you know, you'll spawn enemies on their board and all that good stuff. And then obviously one person at the end won. That game ended. That game is no longer out. Supposed to be.
The 1 year is gone.
The 1 year is gone. Nintendo said, hey, you got till this day. That game's gone now. It was fun while it lasted, but Pac-Man 99 got announced and came out and took it over.
I haven't played it yet.
Me neither.
To be fair,
I haven't played it yet.
I want to, though.
I'm going to. Matter of fact, everybody downloaded bust your ass in that too, even though I've never played it.
If they have the matchmaking, I would be down. Because I know Tetris added that now, right?
Yeah, so I did open the game and it's the same thing. It's behind the paywall if you do want to do a custom lobby. That's what Tetris. Yeah, Tetris did it too. If you want a custom one, you have to pay for it. But yeah, so it looks like this is a new trend. It started with Tetris, then Mario did it, and now Pac-Man's doing it. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about them taking the old school games, like those old school classic, and remixing them into a battle royale type mode? That just gets
it depends on the game. It honestly depends on the game. For example, I always found myself going back and playing Tetris, the Tetris 99.
Yeah,
because it is a fun take on it. Because everybody you're playing Tetris, which is how can you get bored of Tetris? Tetris is just a fun game, and the longer you're in there, the harder it gets, right?
Right.
So it's like, okay, you really have to pick it up and try to outlast the rest of these people. It's a really fun concept for Tetris. So I feel like it depends on the game. I don't know how it's going to work with Pac-Man. Maybe more ghosts are going to show up, or maybe they're going to go faster. I don't know how it's going to work with Pac-Man. But I would like to see. I'm curious to see what takes on these old school games they have with this battle royale idea. I'm with it. I'm with it for now to see how it works. The Mario thing, it didn't really catch me that much. I was just kind of like, yeah, it's all right.
Did you play it? Did you actually?
I did play it. I did play it. I got to the second level with the cave level. It was like dun.
Damn, you only made it that far. That's as far as you got.
I got to that point, died, and I was like, I think I'm good with this. I'll just play regular Mario.
I love it. I love the idea of. I think that they should do this with all our arcade classics. Like, I think that they should try to remix them in like some sort of battle royale mode, because like I just think it's a nice way to do the battle royale mode other than like Warzone or some shit. Like, if I don't really want to if I don't want to get nasty sweaty with the shit like Fortnite or Warzone or Apex, it's a nice like casual version of the same genre.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it breathes new life into these classics that not a lot of like maybe the newer generation would have no idea about. No idea. Or shit like that. Like, I was just thinking about it, and I think you and me, Alex, were talking about it earlier. Not like earlier, but we had like a tiny conversation, which technically is earlier. Like, I would be cool with like an Asteroids 99 or like a Galaga 99, where like if you kill enemies or some shit like that, it stacks onto somebody else's. Because like,
that's a good idea.
Old school arcade games were made to take your money. You were there to sit there for a really long time, right? Yeah. So that's a perfect fucking blueprint if you're doing a battle royale mode in that same vein, where like you have to last for a long time, outlast everybody else. Yeah. It just works perfectly with these arcade games because that's what they were for. So like, I'm down with like Galaga 99, Asteroids 99, Centipede 99, fuck it. Qbert 99, fucking Tapper, get it.
Mortal Kombat 99.
That'd be kind of interesting, a Mortal Kombat 99.
No, it
like
wouldn't.
Some kind of King of the Hill mode or some shit.
Yeah, that exists.
Nah.
Yeah, but like old school.
Yeah,
so you just punch in like.
Yeah. All right. No.
Yeah.
I'm with it as long as it doesn't get overdone. Because like with everything, the gaming industry loves to have a good idea and then just rechew it and rechew it and rechew it, and then it becomes just you know.
Well, I
Those
kind
ones are
of like this. I kind of like this idea of having a limited time, like with the Mario one. You know,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. The Tetris.
I don't know if this one is limited. I know Tetris is around still.
Tetris is still around,
Tetris is
but
still
I
there.
mean, it's Tetris, man. It's a classic of a game. Like it works so well on its own.
Yeah.
I remember playing Tetris when I was a kid. Like, dude, like Tetris is just it's that one of a type. It's one of a kind of game, bro. Like, there's not gonna be another Tetris around.
Pac-Man
No.
was mine. Pac-Man was also like that for me. Although like my favorite arcade game of all time is Asteroids. So like I would play the shit out of that. If they ever did like a battle royale for Asteroids, I would play the shit. I would not get
Like,
off of that.
I would like super side note. I would go when I was a kid. I would go to one of my friends' house. One of my church friends. You guys don't know him, because you guys are my childhood friends.
You don't have to do all that.
No, I have to explain it. I have to be very specific.
You don't have to explain all that.
No, I gotta explain it.
I was on board. I just found out I was a childhood friend.
Well, I realized when me and Rafa
Yeah.
didn't go to church that it was not me. So
Yeah.
I did not go to
he
church
had
with Rafa.
he had a Game Boy Color with Tetris on there, and then he didn't even like the game. I played more of his Tetris than he played it. I would go over to his house and just play his Tetris. Like he would invite me over for like a sleepover, and he would be passed out for hours like already, and I'm just in like 5 a.m. playing Tetris.
You still do that shit to like when
Yeah.
I remember whenever you would stay over or something, you would same thing. I'm out. You're up at 5 a.m. playing
yeah,
something.
if you playing Hearthstone though, like
No,
Yeah,
okay, yeah. But I mean, honestly, guys, when was the last time I slept over in anybody's house?
you're a grown ass man sleeping over my house. What do
Exactly.
you want?
That's-
During a
it's all-
pandemic.
Yeah,
it's
stupid idiot.
The sleeping over at each other's houses. That's gone. That's gone.
That's
from
not
us.
true. I stayed over at Dre's like in January.
I was passed out on the floor.
Yeah, I also slept on the floor.
That's I feel like it's different.
Kind of the same concept. You'd
I
be
slept
sleeping on the floor.
over somebody's house.
Yeah, but like
Sleepover.
that was like a road trip. Like it was a whole. It's like an event, you know. It
No,
was more like an event.
well, it's just a long distance sleepover.
It was just a longer drive.
No.
Yeah,
Like it's not like okay. Like you know how like before it would be like, hey Alex, can I come over? And then I'll come over and hang out. Hey Alex, can I just stay? Can I just sleep over? Remember those days when I would
Yeah.
just kind of show up and just
yeah,
stay
we,
over?
we still do that with
It
Drake.
was like every weekend.
Right. Those days are gone. Like it's not now. If someone's staying over, it's more of a thing. It's more like an event. You went out to the Dre's undisclosed location because I don't want to dox him.
He lives off the grid.
He lives off the grid.
He
You know,
doesn't
it was a whole trip. You had other people with you. It was an event. It
me.
was a thing. It was a weekend thing you guys did. It's more than just hey, can I come over and stay over the night?
I think that no, I think that's exactly what happened, which was like, hey, can I come over and can we stay the night? And you say, yeah. It's just the distance is longer than
You're
your
downplaying
average.
it. You're downplaying it. It's
I feel like you're overplaying it.
It's fine.
No,
Look,
it's
we're,
not.
we're talking about pish posh. All this
Neither
is
here nor
cool.
there.
No, the whole battle royale stuff is very cool. Tetris 99. It just all reminds me. Two things I want to say. Number one,
Say
when
it,
you
Keith.
mentioned the Game Boy like color, like I think the Game Boy for me is the most nostalgic like piece of like old school gaming like tech, because I have the 64. I have a bunch of old school consoles here, but for whatever reason the Game Boy Color, like when I look at it and I hold it, I get all like nostalgic about it. Something about the cartridges, putting them bitches in and loading it up and then having to tilt it to get the light and all that good stuff. Like that console right there, for me, I don't know, it's like the most nostalgic piece of
for me, Super Nintendo. It was my first one. I remember. I think I experienced the Super Nintendo with you, Alex, for the first time.
I remember you
We had a
had
Super Nintendo,
yeah,
no?
we had one and then you had one, because I remember we played Goofy's it was a Goofy game on there.
Yeah. Because I remember going to Toys R Us with my mom, and it was around where the 64 and the Genesis just came out,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Mom, give me a 64." She's like, "No, you're gonna get a Super Nintendo." Because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
So we got the Super Nintendo over the 64. That's the reason I never had a 64. My mom was like, "Fuck no, I'm not getting you this expensive ass new hardware. You're
Yeah.
getting the old generation one." Which honestly, dude,
I mean,
I have
shit
no
still
problem
had
with it.
bangers. Like,
Dude,
yo,
it's hell yeah, dude. Like the Super Nintendo's it's my favorite system of all time.
yeah.
I love the
that
Super
console's
Nintendo.
great. I remember
The
you went
only-
Super Nintendo, GameCube.
GameCube. The only
Yeah.
the only
I remember
other system that or console that could rival my love for Super Nintendo is the GameCube, because the GameCube was just like that's my boo thing right there.
It's funny. I remember wanting a GameCube because we were, dude. Oh man, back
Did
in the
Rafa get
day,
GameCube first?
yeah, man, we grew up right, man. I remember we would go over to Rafa's house and just play like the
Yeah.
old school WrestleMania
The
games.
WrestleMania games,
Like
the
those were
Godzilla
some of those.
games.
Yup, those are some of the most fun days. Like to this
Yeah,
day, I
man.
hold them in like the highest regard because I just remember it was cool. We would go over, nothing. It was just 4 of us, 5 of us piled around this TV playing WrestleMania, Godzilla,
Yep.
and
Just yelling and shit.
yelling, just having a great time.
Get some pizza afterwards. Take a
Yup.
break.
This I remember this one time. It was like a Black Friday thing, like a sale going on, and I was like, man, I want to get a video game for Black Friday. And we're at Walmart, and I told him, I'm like, well, it was a Need for Speed game that just came out. I was like, Mom, buy this game for me. She's like, is it on deal for Black Friday? I'm like, yeah, it is. It's Black Friday. Everything's on deal. So we took it to the cash register, and the lady's like $60 or 50, well, whatever price it was, $50. And I was
Right.
like, and she looked at me, was like, you fucking lying. This wasn't on sale. And I was like, can you just get it for me, please? And she fucking bought it for me. She was the best.
That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, it's Black Friday, isn't it? Like, what do you
You're right.
mean?
Dude, that's what I thought, dude. That's what I thought when I was a kid. I'm like, it's Black Friday. Everything's on sale. It's fucking Black Friday. What's
Bro,
the problem?
had I pulled that on my dad
Dude,
would
the
have
ass
just said,
not only would I have not gotten that,
Yeah.
but the ass whooping that I would have received
Dude,
for being a liar.
Okay, so the thing is that she did buy me the game, but I had my ear annihilated on the car ride home. Like, she made me feel bad to play the game. I didn't play that game for like days. Like, it was just sitting there on the counter.
So
Like,
not
I'm
only
not
did you
touching
lie
it.
to her, but you made her waste her fucking money because she didn't fucking
Right,
because
because now you didn't even play
She
the
made
game
me
for
feel
a hot minute.
bad. I was just like, let me play one of the other games that you bought me a long time ago. Let me not touch this one
It's
just
like,
yet.
this
let-
one was on sale, Mom. Remember this one?
Right. Remember this used one you bought me? I'll play this one. Remember all the savings on this one, Mom?
at that point, you're just making it worse because like you should have just played it because now
It's like you
Right.
already got the damn thing. Just
Yeah.
fucking play it.
I was just waiting for it to kind of calm down from all the
That's
anger.
funny
And then
as hell.
but then I played the fuck out of that Need for Speed game.
that
Though.
was it Underground 2?
I
was
don't
it
remember
Underground?
the name.
I
Underground
remember
2
you
was really
having
good.
I remember you having a Need for Speed game. I don't remember which one it was on the
Yeah,
GameCube.
I don't remember the name of it, but Carbon. Need for Speed
for
Carbon.
Speed
I remember.
Carbon.
That's that. Yep, that's the
remember
one.
name.
I remember we
Yeah.
had Midnight Club. I remember Midnight Club. We would play the shit out of.
Dude, Midnight Club.
That's
those
a
Midnight
games
Club
are
was
fun.
really good. Yeah.
That's a game that Rockstar needs to bring back. Midnight Club.
Yeah. You think they
We
could
should do a battle royale
like
racing game.
Yeah.
like if Rockstar came back right now with a Midnight Club 4 or even like a Midnight Club, not necessarily a remake, but like just like a reboot of the series, you think it'll go?
I think
Especially
it'll work
because
fine.
the car game, like back then we had Gran Turismo, and that's like the biggest one at the time, and then obviously Midnight Club and Need for Speed, but like now we have like the Forzas, we have like the Gran Turismo still around, like the car game genre's changed. You think a Midnight Club
Yeah.
will still come in here and
I think it
kill
will
it?
because I think Rockstar would take the approach of more not just like, oh, look at these cool cars and like the power they have like in the engine, how fast they can go in the handling. Like, I think they also will take the side of like more stylized approach to the car fandom.
Yeah.
Because people can customize their cars and they can look real nice, and the paint jobs and the rims and all that other stuff. I feel like they would also add that towards it and really make it a very unique game.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I remember vividly Dub Edition, like Midnight
I
Club
mean-
3 Dub Edition, when you could put like the
Yeah.
spinners on the cars and like you
Right,
just
Yeah,
like,
all
you
out.
put like the lights at the
imagine,
bottom or some shit.
Like, imagine what you can do now in GTA 5 with your cars, but like a better, more in-depth version of that, more
Oh, man.
HD version of that.
I
I'd be
guarantee
with
you-
that.
I guarantee you, if Rockstar made a Midnight Club, like a new one, it would probably be the prettiest fucking racing, most like realistic racing game, because they decide like, well, if Rockstar does it, they go balls to the wall with their shit. Like
Yeah.
Red
Right.
Dead. Red Dead there's no reason why that game has to be so realistic. There's no reason.
Right.
Like your horse's balls shrink in the cold. Like,
Yeah.
why would I need that? You know damn well if they did that like if they shrunk the balls on a car in Midnight Club, it would be a fucking amazing game.
Like you can in GTA Online, you can have a lowrider. Imagine imagine a Midnight Club version of a lowrider.
Oh
the
man,
detail that'll go into
yeah.
the
Oh, they need to
style.
make
Like
it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Now, speaking of Rockstar, I was legit thinking about this right before we started. The one franchise that I want them to bring back is Max Payne. I miss Max Payne.
Now you mean
much.
that table tennis, Rockstar's table tennis?
Oh, the table tennis, right?
Yes, sir.
Stupid.
That's
You're
what we
dumb.
need.
No,
You're
dude,
dumb.
Max Payne.
It needs to come back. Man.
Often go back to Max Payne, like not so much to play it. I play it once every so often, but that franchise, like it was so special. There was something about that whole franchise.
And for me specifically, I kind of jumped in late on Max Payne. You know, I experienced a little bit of Max Payne 2. I don't think I ever played Max Payne 1, but I played fuck out of Max Payne 3, and I loved everything about Max Payne 3.
That's crazy because everybody thinks that Max Payne 3 is like the weakest one.
I loved it.
No.
I loved everything about it.
So the thing about Max Payne 3 was it was such a depart from stylistically, because honestly, the gameplay is right where Max Payne would have been. I mean, it's right where Max Payne should be at that point in time in that gaming era. So the gameplay wise, it was a good evolution. Story wise, though, it was such a drastic change from like 1 and 2, like everything from the whole noir, New York City, very dark, gritty, depressing storyline. Where
it was also like a graphic novel style. Too,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Like everything, the whole aesthetic changed from Max Payne 3. So the core fan base of it was like, this just doesn't look or feel the same story wise, but gameplay wise and everything else, it was like the perfect next step for the Max Payne franchise. So, and John, it was reviewed like very well. After the initial like, what am I looking at? It went.
No, I'm not knocking Max
It's
Payne
a
3.
great
I
game.
love
Dude,
Max
I
Payne
loved
3.
everything
I
about
love
it.
Max Payne 3.
I love how to heal yourself you take painkillers, and that's connected to his whole addiction and with painkillers in the story. Like he was this old depressed man, and like you feel the weight of him when you walk around. Like you're not this young spry guy, like bullied down the street, and then like the whole thing with Brazil, and like I love the fucking game. And I mean, I'm not the core audience of Max Payne. I didn't grow up playing Max Payne, but I love the story. I just love the action. I will always remember like there's a certain like club area or like this fancy building area where there's like there's stairs, and I would jump backwards from the stairs in slow motion.
I would stay doing that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just, dude, I love Max Payne.
Was that the first one that Rockstar actually made? Because I know there was like a different.
Remedy was making them originally.
Right.
Remedy.
What, did
now
Rockstar
they're making
buy
Control.
them, or?
They published it, I believe, is what happened there.
Remedy's good as the.
No, they're one of the
Control
best.
is an amazing game.
It's on my list. Of games
I haven't
sure.
played it. That's one of the games I've been wanting to play.
I started playing it, and it's really, really good.
Did Remedy also make Alan Wake? Right, that's the same.
Yes, it did.
Yes,
Alan Wake.
Yes.
Alan Wake. There's the other one with the time stoppage, whatever.
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
They did
that one's really cool too. I like the powers in there too. But out of all of them, Control is like really, really cool. I feel like Control is like
that's the game I have to try.
It's like if Remedy took kind of based a game off kind of like the SCP universe type of thing. Like that's kind of like what they did.
Yeah.
Like because like they have like the stuff like that is in the game.
Yeah, it's cool. I started it. I got it. Like I played like the first. They had a tech demo. Not a tech demo per se, but the Switch was trying to do. They were previewing the game streaming.
Demo, right?
No, well, but the
streaming
thing is, it was streaming. It wasn't running directly, like natively on the Switch. It was running off of a server, so it can load or whatever. So I played it to see how that would go. But what happened was when I was playing, I was like, "Yo, this game is fucking awesome!" Because I didn't really look too much into it or anything prior. Like it went under my radar somehow. But that little tech demo, which I turned on exclusively just to see how the streaming would work, I was like, yo, hold on, this story's kind of dope. So and now that it's on Game Pass, I'm definitely gonna check it out all the way through. But yeah, man, they need to a Max Payne, like a reboot of the franchise. I think at this point, if they were to do that, because I don't know about a Max Payne 4.
I can see that.
I would be cool with if they Final Fantasy 7'd it.
The final chapter of Max Payne, like he dies at the end. I'll be cool with that. They Logan it.
He's too old. He's
Yeah,
too
that's what I'm
old
saying. Like,
now.
unless the story would take place really, really close to Max Payne 3, he'd be old as shit. And he
How
was
old is he in
already.
Max Payne 3?
I don't remember how old he was, but
40,
he was
50.
up there.
He was an old man.
No, he was old. He was old, and also, you know, he was drinking Jack Daniels while taking painkillers. So
Yeah, realistically, for him to still be able to do what he's doing, like, good on him, because the years of abusing medication and alcohol,
yeah,
for you to just be able to dive down some stairs and shoot people accurately, like,
Right.
hey man, imagine if you were sober.
I wouldn't mind like one more Max Payne, like with the Max Payne story, like not reboot, where it's like it's his last adventure, like Logan, you know.
Yeah.
He goes, he does what he has to do, and then, you know, at the end we know he's going to die. We know he's not gonna make it.
I wouldn't be mad at, like, you know what they're doing in Mass Effect, how they're just releasing the Mass Effect trilogy as a remake, like just a remaster. Is it a remaster?
Oh, I would love that, a remastered.
But, like, kind of either fucking do the Master Chief Collection style and just enhance the graphics with, like, new sound, or take the Final Fantasy route and just revamp everything, or the Resident Evil route too, and just completely revamp it for, like, modern gaming, but same story. Like, I would love that, because that game series is something else. That's something else. I would need that.
The one thing that really impressed me playing Max Payne 3 for the first time was the way they hid the loading screens while showing you the cutscenes.
Yeah.
That was so cool, man. That was the first time I really noticed and experienced something like that. I was like, man, these guys are top tier right here.
It's a good game, man.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
I'm looking for the.
You know what I don't need? Bully.
I was gonna say I never played Bully.
I never beat Bully, but I don't think it's worth, like, you know how everybody's like, oh, we need a Bully too. Like, no, we don't. I'm firm on the no, we don't need another.
I don't think the times allow for a Bully 2.
I was legit gonna say that.
Yeah.
Putting out a game called Bully right now would not really work. Like, that's like a product of its time for sure.
Or like, it's just not going to be as good. Also, like, I didn't really like Bully anyway because it's just a watered down GTA. Like, no, I'd rather do the shit I could do with GTA.
Okay, so actually, so it says that Max Payne, I can't find his birthday, but it said he grew up in the 70s. So I'm just gonna give him like a rough estimate of 1971 he was born.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah. So technically in 2021, because Max Payne 3 took place in 2012. In the story, it took place in 2012. He would be 50 years old now in 2021. So he's not as old.
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Okay.
So he could still definitely have that
dude,
Logan.
I'm telling you,
He could do the Logan.
The last hurrah, dude.
He can do it. Because especially,
Max
man,
Payne 4.
That just adds, like, knowing his age. Like, I thought he was older, but it's so cool that I thought he was older, because that's just the toll that story that he went through. The liquor, the alcohol, the liquor and alcohol, stupid ass. The liquor and the pills, like
The pills
took a
and everything
toll.
else. The trauma.
He lost
like,
his family at a young
way
age.
older. Yeah. Like that. Oh man.
Like,
like, now everything makes
whooped
sense.
his ass. Like, life.
Yeah.
And you
He
can
was dealt a
see
bad
it.
hand.
You can see it on him in that game. Yeah, man.
And also,
bring it back.
and
Yeah,
I
change.
love I love his bald look. I love how he looks when he's bald.
Oh, dude. Yeah, when he was bald, I was like,
looked
yo,
badass,
he
yeah.
looks
When
so
he was
badass.
Yeah, bald with the Hawaiian shirt. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
such a
like, he
fucking
doesn't give a
And, like, the
shit.
bullet,
Like, he doesn't give a shit.
The holsters.
The whole scene.
Yeah,
It's such
oh,
a
man.
badass look. Max
Yeah.
Payne 4. Come on,
I'm with it.
Rockstar.
I'm with it. They need to do that. Like, I can wait on a GTA 6, but give me a Max Payne. I'll take that. Or Remedy, get it back. Somebody.
Hey, look
Somebody
at
do
that
it.
look at that little cameo in the back in Alex's webcam.
What's Alex's cameo? Oh, it's the cat.
The cat. Well, I hope she throws her leg up so you can just see her licking her asshole all crazy.
I just saw like a little bit motion in the back. I'm like, what is that? Like, oh, it's
You don't want to tell me that there could have been like a ghost or something behind me.
For
Nothing.
real.
Rafa just staring like,
An
let's see what happens.
intruder,
Right.
an apparition, anything
Yeah,
of the sort.
I'm doing it for the podcast, building suspense.
I was like, he could die, and it'd be a really great podcast.
Like,
It's all about the show.
this is gonna be a clip.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, lol, clip that.
Yo, yeah, exactly. Imagine that. Yo, go ahead, clip that. He's dead.
Yeah, that's wild. Hey, chat, F's in the chat.
All right. Let's since we're talking about gaming nostalgia and all this old school stuff, I feel like that's a perfect transition because for me back in the day, I used to look forward to June every year because that's when
Right.
E3 would happen.
Yeah.
Every year, E3. Yeah, man, every June. So for
Those
gaming for me, well, I think as an industry as a whole, there is a dry spell. Right now in the gaming industry, we are currently in that dry spell. There's maybe one or two big releases, but for the majority of it, it's a bunch. It's empty, right? And that's where we're at right now. There aren't any good main releases, and it's always between January to maybe about May. It's when the games start coming out again, June-ish, around E3 time. So that's why I always look forward to E3 because when I was younger, I realized, hey. Shit starts popping off on the second half of the year for gaming, and E3
the holiday season.
Yeah, and E3 kind of kicks it off. So E3 this year is completely digital, it's completely free.
Really?
They announced it, so I'm all for it. But like last year, Sony is out. So there's that.
I mean, I don't give a fuck.
Yo,
I mean,
can we?
That sucks, but
So three things with this. Three things I want to say. One, when I was growing up, I really disliked the dry spell of it because I was always just trying to play like the newest games. And once a new game came out, I forgot about the old game and then whatever. But recently, in the last couple of years, I've been enjoying the dry spell because it gives me a chance to go back and play the games that I missed or finish the games, and catch up. So that's what I'm doing now. That's one. Two, it's very heavily rumored that Nintendo's gonna have a big ass direct planned for this E3, like a major direct. So
well, they better fucking because I feel like their directs or whatever have been kind of whack as
And it
of late.
could be like that's why their directs in your words were whack because they're like, oh, we'll give them a little here, a little there, but just wait until June. We're gonna bring out the real big guns.
I hope so. I hope so.
I didn't say a date. Might be. I didn't mean to cut you off, but June 12th through 15th is when E3 is going to happen this year, 2021.
Ooh.
So, and then right now we got commitments from Nintendo, Xbox, Capcom, Konami, which fuck them too, Ubisoft, Take-Two Interactive, Warner Bros. Games, Koch Media, and more
Excuse
to come.
me?
Koch is Koch, right? Koch?
Yeah, Koch.
Yeah, Koch. Koch Media.
Coach.
So this E3 is going to be very interesting. We're over a year into the pandemic. Last year was right in the middle of it. They were sort of caught off guard with it, but I'm curious to see what changes they're going to make to the actual presentation and to be just because things like this spawn innovation. Now they change things, right? Obviously, I wonder what the gaming industry is gonna look like post pandemic. Not that we're out, not that we're cool now, but I wonder what
things are starting to open up again and shit.
Yeah, but I'm wondering what it's gonna look like as a result of the changes that happened to the world. So I'm very curious to see this. And I mean, I'm always watching E3 every year, but this year I'm going to watch it with a little more anticipation, especially because there are some big games on the horizon that I want more information about.
I'm more so excited for what Microsoft has to say, just because I feel like it's just been dry in general with everybody. Like no one's really announced anything that's been of like super great intrigue to me. Like I'm not really looking forward to anything at this moment in time. There's not a thing that I'm like clamoring to get or anything like that, except for I guess Pokemon Snap. But even then, like I could go without ever buying that shit. But I know that Xbox recently said that there's a bunch of games that are supposed to come out this year that they still haven't announced yet. A lot of exclusives and shit that are supposed to come out this year that haven't been announced yet. So I'm sure in E3 they're gonna take out the big guns and be like, "Hey, look at our fat dicks and look at all that we got."
Yeah.
At least I hope for that.
Now Microsoft has been building up for the last like 6 years Like I feel like they've been on a constant build-up, and obviously with the last recently we know what it's been. It's been the Game Pass platform. It's been acquiring all these studios, the Bethesda deal. That didn't just happen that day. That's been building up for a long time. So it's so interesting to see the change of how Microsoft was that, they were Xbox, that platform was looked at, oh, they got no games, like, oh, they suck, they're over there trash. And then recently it's like Sony's looking kind of, they look worse and worse every time. It's so crazy to see the change, because last gen was very much, well, it was Nintendo's generation, no doubt about it, but between PlayStation and Xbox, it's like, yo, PlayStation, like they obviously won last gen. Yeah, but then they're coming back now, and it's like, we didn't get washed, motherfuckers. We were playing chess.
So we let y'all win.
Yeah,
shut up.
We were developing the nuke over here while you guys were fucking around with your little grenades.
With your little wee-wees and shit.
So I'm curious. EC3 should be very big, and the fact that Sony's not in it again is interesting to me as well. Very interesting.
Also, like, their shit's been kind of whack too. I feel like everybody's shit's been kind of whack.
I kind of don't. I don't say I don't care that Sony's not in it. It's just like, all right, it's just a little bit less for me to watch, because E3 it's like a whole day. Like, the Xbox conference is at 7 a.m. It's gonna end at 9 a.m. Or I'm just saying numbers now. I don't specifically mean that, but like, oh shit, okay, it's time for the Ubisoft event. It's starting at this time, and it's gonna go till this time, and then because we're gamers and just how we are, we want to sit through it and see it all, and especially with the Ubisoft cringe. I don't see what kind of cringe they do this year again. So
I think they're the worst. Just Dance bullshit.
Oh my god!
Just Dance. Let me get another Just Dance, please. I need it.
Ubisoft is probably the cringiest presentation.
They make
every
so many,
year.
but they put out so many good games. Some really cool games, but they love to cringe it up. It's like that fun dad you have, but they tend to cringe it up.
They got big dad energy.
Yeah, I got my fun dad, and then I got my serious dad. So I understand. But
big dad energy.
Yeah, I hope that because it's not live, they don't feel the need to do a dance number, because I fucking hate every time they open up with a dance number.
No, that's just gonna open it up to a music video or some shit.
I was exactly gonna say that. They're gonna double down. They're gonna double down, and they're gonna have like a whole
dance number, but on TV,
Broadway type thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what
I'm gonna love it, and I'm gonna love it. By the way,
of course you are.
I can't wait.
I might just like skip the conference and just watch it back so I can fast forward through it.
I might beat off to it.
All right,
it's gonna be really good.
Welcome to E3. It's us, Ubisoft.
We're dancing.
We got games for you.
Okay,
I can't wait for them to what is it? Ooh, if they do Mario Rabbids 2, I'd be pretty tight with that.
Assassin's Creed.
Mario Rabbids 2 would be the shit.
Other games.
I think they're gonna focus on Assassin's Creed. That's still a big franchise of theirs.
You think that's what they're gonna do? You think they're gonna do some Assassin's Creed shit?
There's been some.
They're definitely gonna do some Assassin's Creed stuff.
There's been some heavy rumors in the Assassin's Creed
sphere.
Yeah.
They came from I forgot the name of the one that I was playing that I never finished. The one you can start and kick people. Odyssey. Then into Valhalla, and wasn't Valhalla like a really good game?
Yeah.
It was pretty good,
right?
yeah.
So like I feel like the courage or whatever of Assassin's Creed is going up, where people are jumping back on board. So I feel like
Valhalla was their most bought one. No, was that? Am I tripping on that?
I don't remember. It might have been.
It was like their fastest selling one or some shit like that. So yeah, you know what? You're right.
They're definitely gonna do something with Assassin's Creed, especially now where Assassin's Creed is starting to look positive again in a positive light.
Right.
See, that just goes to show that you can't give up. You just keep hammering it and hammering it. Eventually, they'll love you again.
At some point, it'll be decent.
But yeah, Assassin's Creed, I foresee there. I don't know if they'll actually talk about the Division movie or show that they're doing. That might be a good time to bring that up.
Oh shit!
We're gonna get it
for like the mobile game that they're gonna fucking show off again.
God, I hope there's no
another half-assed mobile game that they're gonna
The
do.
only mobile game that I want to hear anything from in this E3 is Diablo Immortal. That is it. I don't want to hear
The
no
Diablo
other
one?
mobile games. And you know what? And if
Nah.
they don't bring that one up, I'm cool with that too. I don't need to hear about mobile games at E3. I don't.
No, we need that
But they're
Fortnite.
games.
We need that Fortnite mobile game.
Well, it's already out.
That's out.
Oh.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
I didn't know that.
That's been out for years.
That's
didn't know that was
like
a thing.
one of the first to do it.
All right.
Oh man! All right, look.
What's another meme ass game that needs a mobile
Among Us,
version?
but that's already on the phone.
Roblox,
That-
baby.
no,
Already
Roblox-
on the phone.
Roblox
Which
is already
already's on the phone.
Yeah.
But
I
they
don't
gonna do it again.
Roblox 2.
Oh, boy.
Bro, imagine they do the Fortnite thing where they blow up
Where they
Fortnite.
blow
They
up-
blow up
No,
Roblox.
they can't do that. The
and
little kids will be
Roblox
so
too.
upset. The little kids
The
will
little
be so
kids,
mad.
the little kids
They
were
got-
upset when
yeah.
Fortnite did it.
Bro, when Fortnite did it, the
No,
little
this is
kids
a
were
younger-
like,
I-
"Oh
no,
my
I feel like
god!"
it's a younger
This is a younger audience. This
It's
is
a younger
for
audience,
sure
they
younger
can't.
Audience, yeah. It's
So,
definitely a
yeah,
younger audience.
so hurt their feelings and then be like Roblox 2,
No,
baby.
they're too young. They're too young for disappointment, Alex. You can't do
They
that.
gotta learn that the real world isn't all nice and blocky like that. Okay, they gotta learn that there's loss,
nice and
and
blocky.
there's loss and debt out here. All right, so
Say,
we gotta.
sometimes life can be oof.
That's all. When they load up the Roblox, the original one, that's all it says. Sometimes life
Just
can
says-
be oof.
just
Download
says oof.
Roblox 2 now, and then you press it.
Say, oof, Roblox 2.
See, look, that's why they're a
Oofening.
billion-dollar company. That right
Yeah,
there.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they know what they're doing.
Hey,
Yeah.
we have a couple directions we could take this right now. We could talk about a
Okay.
remake that's reportedly in the works,
In the works.
Nice.
in the works, or we could talk about controversial stuff. What y'all want to do? Choose your
Ooh.
adventure.
Ooh. Let's get naughty.
Which
Get
one?
naughty.
Is that one?
I'm assuming is that the controversial?
Controversial? Okay. All right, let's talk about some
Naughty way,
controversy.
huh?
Y'all want to talk about
Was a couple?
yeah, there's two controversial ones. There's the battle of there's 6 Days in Fallujah, and then there's the Mass Effect. Which way do you guys want to go?
Let's get dirty with it. Let's do the Fallujah one.
Fallujah. All right.
Let's go
So
to Fallujah.
So there is a game
Yeah.
that's been in development for on and off for a long time. It's called
Quite.
6 Days in Fallujah, which is based on, and I'm gonna read this directly out of here.
Off the article or for what I wrote?
No, I'm off the website.
Okay. Because I'm like mine's like SparkNotes version of
Yeah,
it.
no. All right, so 6 Days in Fallujah is a first-person tactical military shooter that recreates true stories of Marines, soldiers, and Iraqi civilians during the toughest urban battles since 1968. 1968. So there's real-life scenarios. It says lead a fire team through real-life events from battle. Each mission is played through the eyes of a real person who narrates what happened. So essentially, the game is the story missions. You're going to play it, and the actual person who went through it is going to narrate it. You're playing their story as they tell it to you. That is the premise of the game. It features procedural architecture. And now I'm going to just hype the game up a little bit because this part actually is kind of cool. They reshape the entire battlefield every time you play. Every room, every building changes every time. So just
Really?
like in actual combat, you never know what to expect. That's what it says. I didn't make that up. That's what it says.
Okay.
So, but in the little video, the clip they show, so it shows like the map, and buildings change, and sometimes it's a courtyard, sometimes it's a blown up building, sometimes it's a whole ass
Okay.
building. So it's procedurally generated. I think that shit's dope as hell. Yeah.
Interesting.
So and it looks to be a deep, like quote unquote deep military tactical shooter based on real life events. Now,
I was about to ask.
if bells aren't already ringing in your head as to why this might be an issue, a Muslim civil rights group calls for Microsoft, Sony, and Valve to deplatform the game. They don't want this game to be sold because they're dubbing it a Arab murder simulator, is what the Muslim civil rights and advocacy group is saying. Which, yes, of course they're saying that it's the war in Iraq, and of course, when these people that were going through it are, when they're telling the story, it's going to be very, very, very one-sided, right? It's not. No, I don't picture these Marines and soldiers telling a full rounded, story that's just very balanced and showing all sides. No, it's. I was there. I'm getting shot at. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it happened. There's obviously a party there that's gonna look very, very bad.
Right.
Yeah.
So, one more. I'm gonna read one more thing. It's a statement, and then you're good to go. So, the statement goes: we call on Microsoft, Sony, and Valve to ban their platforms from hosting 6 Days in Fallujah, an Arab murder simulator that will only normalize violence against Muslims in America and around the world. The gaming industry must stop dehumanizing Muslims. Video games like 6 Days in Fallujah only serve to glorify violence that took the lives of hundreds of Iraqi civilians, justify the Iraq War, and reinforce anti-Muslim sentiments at a time when anti-Muslim bigotry continues to threaten human life. That was a statement that they said. Thoughts and opinions. Yeah, react. I'll go first because I'm the one that always says crazy shit. So I'm gonna say crazy shit. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. For me, I'm always. Obviously, I'm picking my words because we had conversations that.
Shout out to Griffin.
Yeah, shout out to Griffin and John because they've been telling me forever to think before I speak. So I'm doing that.
That's crazy. That has to be a conversation.
Honestly, who cares? Shoot him in the face. No, I'm joking. For me, no. For me, I'm always against a form of censorship. That has always been me. It's always been my platform. You know that. I hate when people get censory. They want to, no, don't show that. No, don't do that. Now, video games is a form of art. I don't believe in censorship, especially in art. These are these people's stories, and they want to tell them in such a way. They're going to tell them in such a way. They have all the rights in the world to do that and put out this game any way they want. Just like a while ago, the game Hatred came out, and that game was literally a mass murder simulator.
Yeah.
The way you feel about the subject matter aside, that's their right to put that game out. They have the right to do that. They have the right to create what art and to have the reaction that they want, and you have the right to get mad at that. So in this situation, it's for me personally, because I'm obviously not related to any party or anything. I wasn't in the war. I'm not Muslim, whatever. I'm just a gamer who wants to experience the game myself. For me, I see both sides. That is ultimately where I land. I see why, especially when it comes to the way that Muslims are portrayed. I understand why this group is saying what they're saying. I understand that. Mm-hmm. And then I also understand the developers. Hey, they came out and said, hey, we've been play testing this game with people who were in Fallujah from all parties. No one has a problem. We're in a culture right now where people just want to defend each other because they don't want to be, offensive and all that good stuff. Experience the game yourself. I'm with that. And I mean, for me, we've been playing Call of Duty forever, where we've been just shooting Russians in the face for the last fucking 10 years at this point. And Asian people of Asian descent, just loading them the fuck up in different Call of Duty games. There was outrage there too, but
in Vietnam.
Yeah, but it it's a video game based on a war that happened. That's what I can say about it. That is what my opinion is.
Now, I personally don't have a problem with the game. I kind of feel like it's almost like honoring the soldiers, almost, having them being able to tell their stories and have that immortalized, right? Like that's the right word to say, forever to remember, what they experienced and kind of show the hardships and what they went through war, because a lot of times when veterans come back from war, a lot of them kind of get shunned or a lot of them get ignored, so it's a really cool way to honor, these guys who are out there fighting wars and trying to, in a sense, protect our freedoms. And I know not everybody's okay with war and with the army and the military and stuff, but like these are regular people who are putting their life on the line. Like, why not give them a platform where they can speak about what they experience, and it's a very unique experience. A unique way to experience it because it's through a video game, so we're moving the person through what's going on. But the main problem, I feel like, it's with it's because it's dealing with events of today, right? Like more, I feel like more, other than what happened with 9/11, more people are more hostile towards Middle Eastern Muslims, Arabs, things like that, right? That because of the war, right? So I like, for example, let's say they put out let's just say, hypothetically speaking, back in the day, right after World War II, video games were around, and they put out Call of Duty World War II. You know, like, you don't think
Yeah.
people would have been kind of like, oh, why are we shooting Japanese people in the face?
Not back
You
then.
know? I mean,
Not back
you're
then.
right. Actually,
We would have
no,
been
actually,
like,
right.
we
they
would
would
have
be
been like,
like,
No,
hell
yeah,
yeah,
you're right.
hell
They
yeah,
would've been
Call of
like,
Duty,
fuck
let's
yeah.
get them. Yeah,
No, you're
so,
right. You're right.
Yeah.
No, you're right. But my point, my point that I was trying to make is
Your
like,
point still stands. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I
It's
understand.
like-
It's too fresh.
it's too fresh,
Yeah.
right? Like,
It's more like putting out a 9/11 simulator as a real game right now.
Right.
It's more so along the lines of what you mean.
My question
yeah,
would
like
be
that's sorry, John. Let me finish.
No, go ahead.
Finish my point. Is like, I feel like that's the main problem here, and also like, and I could also see that, like, hey man, like, if I was a Muslim and who is not violent, because like, yes, there are those I don't want to get political here, but like, there are those people who are, you know, radical Muslims,
Yeah.
but for the most part, the religion itself, they tend to be a very peaceful group, right? It's always that small bad batch of people who kind of fuck it up for everybody else.
Yeah.
There's always radical. Yeah, there's always radical.
Right, and not just for Muslims. It's in every group of whatever type of thing that's going on, right?
There's radicals on all sides. Yeah.
Right. So like let's say they put out a game where they're shooting a bunch of Mexicans. I'm like, damn, y'all doing Mexicans like that?
Crackdown. That happens.
True,
I cracked.
you do
I
be
mean, I
shooting up
can't.
You do be shooting a
I
bunch of
couldn't
Hispanics.
take. I mean, can't take Crackdown seriously.
I know, but there's
I
a
don't know,
game
man.
that you
dude
literally.
that dude threw a car at me. Threw a car at my people.
There's
I
a
feel like
whole
that's
city in
way
Crackdown
too-
where you're just shooting Mexicans in the face.
That's true, but like Crackdown's such a joke of a game, you know. Like,
I took it seriously.
So if it's a good game, then it's an issue.
Like,
it's not a good game. Like, if it's a game that it wants you to take it seriously,
I know.
that's where the problems could come.
Resident Evil 5.
And that also was somewhat of a problem, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, that was an issue.
And like, I actually beat Resident Evil 5.
I love Resident
But
Evil 5. Like,
It was a good game.
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
was good.
it wasn't
Where you punch
Resident.
a
It
boulder?
wasn't the Resident Evil I loved the most, but I liked the game. It was fun.
Yeah.
My question is this: like, okay, first off, I agree with free speech when it comes to an art form. Like, there's many movies, there's many film, books, you know, art pieces of what people go through and stuff like that. Like, video games is starting to get that. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. Video game is an art form where I feel like you should be able to express yourself without judgment. I do understand the sentiment of like, hey, but this type of thing can cause a certain, not precedent, but like a certain view of how things are, because things are quite polarizing, or you know, it can go either way, especially in today's climate, or even the fact that was like 10 years ago, or not even.
It was over.
but I
10
guess
years
like
ago.
it was over 10 years ago, but like even
Yeah.
then, 10 years ago is not a long time either. Like, it is and it isn't. But like, my question is, at what point is it okay? Like, at what point is it like, at what point is it all right to talk about things? Like, is it decade? And I'm not saying like, oh, is a decade not enough? But like, is it not enough? How long
No.
do things have to be before you think it's appropriate to talk about things?
I think it's fine now. Art is at its best when it's making a comment or a statement or something based on the times. You know, like, think of the most powerful art pieces you've seen. They're powerful at that time because it's happening at that time. You know, like, when you go back and see some pieces that are older, you know, you're like, oh man, that's beautiful, but it doesn't mean as much as it did back then to you. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I see this game more as a conversation. Like, let's say these people succeed in taking down the game, right? Let's just say they win this or whatever, and the game gets pulled out. That's not gonna change anything at all. You know, if anything, it's like, oh, and they got rid of a fucking game. Great, thank you. You know, now that's just gonna add to it, to that look. But my thing is, I see the game and this as a conversation, especially because the soldiers and Marines that are going through it are literally talking to you through it. You know, it's them getting rid of the game isn't going to change what they went through. Isn't going to change that story. And yes, I understand that the radicalized Muslims in the game are going to make that religion look bad. I understand that the times are bad for that group. There's a lot of bigotry going on. I understand that. that doesn't change the fact that this happened to these soldiers, that this went down the way it did. And a lot of people, if they play it true, because the developers are coming out and saying, hey, we're not making that game. That's not what this game is. Face value, when you hear that, you can think that, but that's not what the game is. We're trying to show, these stories. We're trying to tell you, they're trying to tell you, how it really went down. I think it's a good thing.
I feel like for shit like that, context matters. So
and
like,
also, like, I feel like, right, like John said, context matters. Like, I feel like the soldiers who are telling these stories, they're not like, yeah, man, we ran in there, we just start blasting Arabs left and right, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if like the way that, because I saw the trailer, right before we were getting into stuff like this, and they had one of the soldiers talking about the experience. And he wasn't on there, making like light of anything. He was just telling his story, and he was serious about it. So it's almost kind of like experiencing what he experienced. And I'm pretty sure, like, I haven't played the game, I haven't really experienced it myself, but I'm pretty sure that they're not just gonna glorify the soldiers themselves. I think it's gonna be I feel like it's gonna be a very honest look of what they experienced, and then from there you can make your own judgment about the situation. Like, would you actually do what they did, right? Let's say they get in a scenario where civilians die, right? How would you, experiencing it through this game, how do you feel about that? Will you be able to do that yourself? Let's say you, Alex, if you were in that situation, would you be able to take a civilian's life to save your own life,
a human life,
or just a human life itself? Like, I feel like this game is going to be taken. It's going to be taken seriously, and it's going to be more of an experience than just a video game where we shoot people.
Yeah, it's not
shouldn't
I doubt
we
it.
have games like this,
That's
because
my
we've
point.
had games like Call of Duty for so long that do glorify violence. That not that they glorify, it's like, but they don't really send a message other than the fact that, like, hey, we can shoot guns.
That is my point. Why I said this game is more of an art and it's more of a conversation piece. Again, I haven't played it, but I 1000% agree with Rafa. I don't think it's gonna be Call of Duty. It's not gonna play like that. Call of Duty 1000% is, hey, war's badass. Let's shoot each other in the face and have a great time while doing it. Let's upgrade our guns. This game seems to be like, yo, this is the real shit. This is how it really goes down. There's life and death situations here. There's people at play, and this is one of the actual real people. It's not Captain Price or Soap McTavish. No. It's actual soldiers that were actually there, real human people that you could have lost, and they face life or death situations. I agree.
I get the sentiment.
Yeah, I think two things. We need this game. We need something like this to kind of get away from Call of Duty. Not that Call of Duty is doing anything wrong at all. It's an action game. It's fun, whatever. But games like this are conversation starters, 1000%. Especially if they play it like they seem to be playing it.
Like, we need reminders. So, like, we do enjoy our shooters, but like real life, when it's in real life, this shit's not a joke, man. Like, like I personally can never see myself taking a life.
No,
and I'm pretty sure it would fuck me up in the head if I ever experience something like that, know. So
and gaming hasn't shied away. Like, I can't recall another game that put that in the forefront. Like, sure, games have done moments like that in the past. Even Call of Duty had the no Russian mission, which is a very infamous mission where you shoot up you make the choice or not to shoot up an airport. Tomb Raider had that moment with the first kill, where it kind of shows the human the human repercussions of taking a life. So gaming has had moments like this. This one's unique because technically the enemy that you're shooting is technically a real person in this man's story.
I think there was another game that was like this. Is it called Spec Ops?
Spec Ops.
Spec Ops The Line. Yeah.
Spec Ops The Line. Yeah, I remember that. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Where it also deals with trauma and making really extremely hard decisions in a war setting.
I think it's like dystopian future or some shit like that.
How it affects the person you're playing as, the soldier itself, like with his mental health and stuff like that. It's a really unique shooter game.
Because like you find out, I think, like, I guess spoilers if I don't think anybody was gonna play it here, but like you're fighting the whole time, and I think you find out that the people you were fighting are innocents and that you're perceived as the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
I remember
like
that.
those are conversational pieces that we should have. It's like sometimes you're not the hero, or like
Yeah.
sometimes the things that you do in war, while like yes, you can look down upon it, but it's like sometimes I don't want to say it's quote unquote necessary, but when your life is on the line, like what are you gonna do in that situation? You know,
And not everything is just so
it's
black
not
and
black and
white.
white.
And
Yeah.
saying, oh well, they're the bad guy and they're the good guy. Like real life is not like that.
And like
It's
war isn't like that either. There isn't really a good
Yeah.
or a bad guy. There's just shit happening, unfortunate shit happening to both parties. And I feel like for that group, for that it was a charity, right? Or was it a
It's a Muslim
like
civil
a
rights and
advocacy?
advocacy group. It's called CAIR,
Right.
CAIR. It's the Council on American Islamic Relations. That's the name of it.
Okay, so I guess like one of my things with CARE, I guess, and I don't know if it's said in the article or anything like that, but if they work in tandem with the company to make sure that everything's in the up and up, or to be like, hey, I understand you guys are trying to have a conversation about certain things, but like let's try to have it this way, or like some sort of context other than like the premise of something is bad. You know, because some context does matter. Sometimes you take shit out of context, and it does sound just rough as hell. You know, so like if there's anything
but
where
I
they've
can
actually,
see. I mean, I can understand where they're coming from. You know, like oh, they're
Yeah.
making this video game where they're shooting Muslims. Like even it doesn't matter what kind of context it is. They're shooting our people.
Yeah.
I get that
You
too.
know,
I get that
so
too.
like, and especially with what this group is trying to do, they're trying to kind of like rebuild that relationship between the Americans and
Yeah.
Muslims, you know, and
Yeah, which we
and s-
need them. We need that
and-
group.
and there's a lot of people who in the United States who are Muslim, you know, who are Arabic descent. So like they're trying to like like we're trying to do something here, and you guys put out this game where you're shooting Muslims and Arabs. Like they feel like it's not going to help the cause.
So here,
So I
this is one of
understand where
those.
they're coming from.
I get that
This
too.
is one of those things
Yeah.
that where what they did was actually counterproductive, in my opinion, because while they are technically doing the right thing, they are stirring more press in the direction of the game. I, for one, did not realize this game was
I didn't
coming
know this
out
game existed. Yeah.
until this article comes out. Once I saw it, I'm like, oh, you know what? Now that's something I want to play. Not because it's a quote unquote Arab murder simulator, but because I want to experience. I did my research into the game, and I'm like, yo, that actually sounds very interesting. I would like to see how this works.
I want to see what they do. I want to see what,
Exactly.
what the developers did with this.
And low-key,
So-
some of the game mechanics do sound interesting. Like the
Like-
whole idea of like a procedurally generated shooter.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting because I do like procedurally generated. Like roguelike games are one of my favorite. So
Yeah.
to do that in a shooter setting, like where you really don't know how shit's gonna end up, that's it. Just that alone sounds interesting to me.
But I want to know what the audience thinks, guys. If you want to get in the conversation, if you're on YouTube, comment down below or tweet at us at
Tweet at us.
Geekjar3000. I genuinely want to know what you guys feel about this. Should the game
Yeah.
even exist? Should they put it down? Like, what do you guys think? Tweet at us and comment and let us know, because this is the conversation that has to be had. You know, this isn't just because we're not here Muslim or anything, or we not veterans. That doesn't mean that a conversation should not happen on this. So let us know. Comment and tweet at us at Geekjar3000. But let's move on to the other controversial
Let's
topic
get
here.
stanky.
So, Mass Effect, one of my favorite gaming, what's the word I was looking for? Franchises, aside from Andromeda, is having a little bit of a moment, a little bit of a backlash. Not backlash. I'm sorry, that's not the right word. But fans are petitioning LGBT plus romances to be brought back in the remaster. They want more. They want more inclusivity. They want that same-sex loving.
Yeah.
React. No, let me read a little bit of the article.
I was saying, like, yeah, that's my Yep.
So this comes from pinknews.com, which is a pretty big news source in the LGBTQ community here. So fans of Mass Effect are petitioning for BioWare to include more LGBT plus romances in their forthcoming trilogy remaster, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So Mass Effect, obviously, if you guys have played it or if you haven't, you know that they have sexual storylines, I guess, or romances is the word for it in the game.
Sex.
You can do the sex, but as the games go on, like from Mass Effect 1 to 3, they kind of explored it a little more. You know, 'cause you can obviously do the sex with aliens, but by the time the third game comes around, you can have same sex relationships, and you can go into all that there. Originally, they were planning to do that stuff starting in Mass Effect 2. And they had some pansexual characters, but at the time, BioWare said, "No, but let's not do that just yet." They kind of toned it down because they feared backlash from the more conservative types. Because at the time when the game came out, it was very much conservative. Like the whole LGBTQ movement wasn't at its height like it is right now. So back then, if you put that out, you were gonna have a controversy on your hands. So they eased into it over the course of the 3 games. And even at the 3rd game, it wasn't like the craziest, let's just go all out, orgy it up. So right now there's a petition going around to have BioWare include and add those original storylines that were there for inclusivity's sake, to bring back everything. Yeah, that is the gist of the article. What do you guys feel?
So they want them to add those characters into the games that already were made, or into the new game that they're making?
The Mass Effect.
No, they want to add them into the trilogy, the remake. So like,
could they do that? Could they go back and just add stuff like that? Is that even a thing?
They can go back and do whatever they want.
They do whatever the fuck they want with it.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So here, let me read. I'll read some words off the article. Here we go. So it says the sci-fi gaming series is well known for its romance options, because you could do the sex, but it wasn't until the 3rd game in the trilogy that same-sex romances were included in full. But apparently an interview came out with writer Brian Cregan that more were meant to be included, but developers feared upsetting conservative news outlets, which is what I was talking about earlier. In Mass Effect 2, the character Jack was originally penned to be pansexual, but was later changed to be a male-only romance option. That came after an infamous Fox News segment on the game's first romances, falsely claiming that they included full nudity. I remember that. I remember when Mass Effect 1 first came out, and they had a whole controversy. Yo, this game there's sex, and you can see full-on nudity on the game. And it was like a hot coffee thing all over again. It turns out, no, you couldn't. But whatever. So Jacob was also intended to have gay romance as a confirmed by animator Jonathan Cooper, but was told America wasn't ready for it. Anti-LGBT plus activists also targeted the game for allowing players of either gender to romance the single-gender Asari character Liara to Sony. I remember that too. I remember when people were getting mad that you can have sex with the Asari because they're blue and agender.
Hey, people were mad that you fuck blue chicks?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's agender, so it wasn't like a girl or a guy. It's just it was one of those.
It was just like an alien.
Yeah, it was like a single gender. Like that's what the Asari is. Like what I'm saying, that species of alien didn't have male or female or anything else. It was just that. That's what you got. Yeah, they were just the Asari. Since the remaster's coming out, they're like, yo, this is time to right, the back step that you took to appeal to conservatives, especially since the times allow for it. So there's a petition. It says it calls for an apology and an explanation from developers on LGBT plus romances in the game, as well as potential patches to add these options to game post launch.
I mean, if it's something they already worked on, might as well just put it in. Why not?
Yeah, it depends. I don't know how much they worked on it. If it made it, if it was just in the writer stage, you get what I'm saying? Like they would have to go in and actually make it. Yeah.
But I mean, if an animator said it, I feel like that was something that they had and they kind of maybe scrapped it out last minute. That's what it sounds like in my brain.
Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. Why not?
Yeah, for me, I'll be full honestly, I pursued all sexual arcs in that game. I don't give a fuck who it was, what it looked like. Well, I tried to fuck everybody in Mass Effect. Yeah, everybody.
You gave me option for sex in a game. I don't give a fuck what my sexual orientation is. My character is fluid. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right. In games, I don't give a fuck. In Cyberpunk, I full on tried to fuck that cop guy, and he said, "Yo, what are you doing?"
I didn't mean to, but I accidentally did. I was like, no.
Yeah. So, but my thing is, I'm all for it. This isn't anything like it's not like the main story of Mass Effect is anything related to this. They just want to be. They just want to be included.
Inclusivity with the. I get that.
Especially, it was originally planned. Fucking do it. Who cares? It's not gonna change. Oh no, I'm a guy. I could suck some dick in this game. The gameplay mechanics suck now. It's not gonna do that. Or the story's all different. No, it's not.
I'm all for inclusivity. The one thing I'm like. The one thing. Sorry to cut you off, but the one thing that I'm like. Okay, we need to relax, is that they need to apologize. I think that, like, if they do it, there's your apology. You don't ask for too much. Like, okay, yes, them doing it is already righting a wrong. Don't ask for an apology. That is your apology. Don't. Yes, you're entitled to be represented. Yes, but you're not entitled to get your ass kissed because of a business decision that they decided to make. In what year did that game come out?
Shit.
Like Mass Effect 2 was like 2008, maybe 2009.
And to be fair, I mean, I'm pretty sure the developers were told by the publishers to do that. So if anybody has to apologize, it's the publisher.
Right.
2010.
Okay, so 2010. Like, obviously things are cooler now for all demographics. Not all the way, but it's cooler now. There's still issues.
Yeah.
But we're in a much more representative place now than we were in 2010. So from a business standpoint, people just assume that these companies will just do the right thing because it's the right thing. It's like, no, they'll do whatever the thing is not going to affect their money the most. Like you gotta stop thinking of these companies like people, because they're not. They're businesses.
My stance is, if what Rafa said, if they already did it and it's already made and they just cut it out, put it in. Fine.
Fuck it.
But for me, it's if I was a developer, I'm not about to sit there and go back and just fully develop these storylines because now you got because now we can do it. That's where I stand. That's where I stand. Like if it was just both. If it was just in the script and now I have to go back in there and add all these new assets and all these cool shit, all this, I have to do all that game stuff to add it in there on top of the remaster work that I'm doing. Might not be worth it, because now you're looking at hours and hours and hours and hours of on it. If it's just added back in, sure.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying as a workload type deal, but representational wise, like it would be worth it, obviously.
Well, they're represented though in the third game. Like, it happened. They just want it back in the second.
Right.
I'm all for.
And again, that if it's in there, or if I don't see a problem with putting in regardless. You know what I'm saying? If they were planning on doing it and they decide to put it in, that's fine. Like, is it going to be more work? Sure, but your community will appreciate it more, and they'll see that you're loyal to your fans, which won't affect your bottom line or whatever the fuck. So when your next game comes out, everybody's going to love that one. Like, I'm all for that. I'm all for it. But don't sit here and be like, I want to say sorry. Like, bro, if they put it in, shut up.
I don't think they meant like, we want this in the game and a written apology. No, they just meant like this. That would be the apology.
That's how it took it. It better be what they mean.
But my opinion is they don't have anything to apologize for. That's my opinion.
They don't.
Like that was the time. Like, hey, I'll say this: Lil Nas X would not have existed at that time.
No,
the hell he would not. All right.
No, he would not.
The craziest
Twerk
gay
Hero
movement
wouldn't
thing.
exist.
The craziest gay movement thing we got back then was like Brokeback Mountain. That was the
did that
peak
get
of it.
backlash?
Of course. Conservatives. Like, I'm pretty sure there was other like gay movement stuff, like LGBT stuff. Don't get me wrong, but
where we were 10 years ago is nowhere where we are today. Are there still bad things going on today? Of course. We're still working on shit. Doesn't mean we're perfect. But the level of shit that was going on, it's like the representation was not a thing. People were clamoring for different versions of superheroes, more what is it? Like, what the hell? More diversity in superheroes and in comic books, representation in video games. Like, you always had the white strong guy, the white straight strong guy. Like, that was the stereotypical whatever. Of course, companies would keep it if it's working, right?
And a lot, excuse me, with the comic books and stuff like that back in the day, for the reason why a lot of them were white is because a lot of people who worked on the game were white. So there wasn't. So they were putting themselves, in the comic books, right? So, and Alex was saying earlier about like, oh hey, they have to working on the remaster now. They have to work on this. Maybe they want to work on it. Maybe they want to have that additional stuff on there.
Then by all means,
why not do it? Yeah, then go ahead and put it in.
Release the Snyder cut of Mass Effect.
I don't care because I don't like Mass Effect. But more power to you if you want to fuck dudes, chicks, and everything in between.
Griffin asked me to ask you why do you hate Mass Effect so much?
Yeah, he did. He
sucks.
did. That was
Remember
in the chat when I said asked the question to Rafa. That was the question. It was that. It was. Is it because he made you do the Mass Effect stream that one time? Is that why?
And apparently we were gone.
Yeah.
It was part of it, but the game is it's not a fun game.
Why not?
It's boring. It sucks.
But that is your opinion.
I don't like the gameplay. I don't like the guns. I don't care about us choosing the stories. It's boring to me.
Also, you're a sheep. You like the story to be told for you.
Also, I'm not a really big fan of like outer space science fiction type stuff.
That's true. Rafa doesn't really like sci-fi stuff like that.
He likes sci-fi stuff if it's underwater.
Well, it's not outer space. It's down below.
It's not outer
in
space.
The sea.
I said outer space.
No, so
and
like
technically,
that
that's more.
You like that same
steampunky, if
shit.
anything.
Yeah, you like that shit, but if it's underwater.
I would consider that to be more steampunk, which is like, it's like a weird futuristic.
Steampunk
not
has
really
to do with biohacks and. Excuse me?
Yes,
what are you talking about?
I don't like outer space shit.
Which is true.
Horrible.
Yeah, like
horrible.
Which is
horrible.
true. You could tell Rafa don't like. He don't really fuck with Star Wars like that. He don't really fuck with. I don't think he fucks with Halo like that.
I don't.
You don't fuck with Mass Effect. Like no, Rafa's never liked the fantasy stuff.
I really never
Gross.
liked sci-fi.
The only fantasy stuff. The only like side like no. Rafa just likes fantasy little girl shit. Like you don't like all the other
All
stuff.
right, context, please. You can't just context.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Anime.
He likes
the anime.
He likes the little girls drawn.
I like slice of life anime.
He likes
John,
when the little girls are drawn.
Comedy.
No, John, you can't say that. You can't tell me to think what I say and then say Rafa likes little girls who are drawn. You can't do that.
I didn't say he likes little girls. I say he likes little girls. Shit. That could mean a bunch of things. Like people like baby shit. You could be in a diaper. You don't know. You could be like dressing up.
Okay, fuck you, John.
I didn't say you do. I said contextually. That's what I meant.
Rafa, you out here sliding hot dogs down your throat like a seagull
Dude,
and wearing diapers while you're doing it?
No.
Oh my god.
Your baby seagull glizzing it up.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
Look, I know when I get old, if I survive to that old ass age, I know I'm gonna be in diapers. Because I
feel like you should take care of yourself if that's how you feel like your outcome is gonna be.
It's gonna
happen. What an outlook on life you have, my friend.
What an end game you have.
Yeah, I'm gonna be peeing and pooping on myself, and I'm gonna have the nurse clean me up.
The nurse.
That's peak laziness where he's all like, at some point I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be living the lifestyle.
Gonna work.
Living the lifestyle.
I'm gonna be in the retirement home, just chilling out, watching TV, letting the nurse do all the work, not giving a fuck.
For sure,
Rafa,
I would put Rafa
what was your point? What was your point?
Right.
What was my point?
It's starting now.
I'm not there yet. Yeah. I still have a few years before I get to that point.
That was your point? I'm not there yet?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not a seat going in diapers yet.
I'm not in diapers just yet, boys.
He still got that gawk on the glizzies, my dude. Still got that going.
Yeah.
Still got that going on. It's not bad. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, let's get off this.
Put the shits in the shits. There's your apology. Shut up. If they were like, I want to sorry with it. If they were.
All
if
right,
not,
man.
then yeah, I agree.
All right, let's
so bad.
Let's get into Marvel talk, and we'll end it here, boys. Well, everything else will wait for the next podcast. As I just said, we're gonna talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier. So if you don't give a damn about it, B, haven't seen it, don't want it spoiled, thank you so much for listening. We'll see you on the next episode of the Play and Pod next week. And make sure to tune in Wednesday for the Does It Hold Up movie Scooby-Doo episode.
Ooh.
All right. If you're still here, we're talking episode 3 and 4 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's time for Marvel talk, baby. Hey.
Obvious spoiler warning as well, even though we just said that. But some people
all right. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, men and
Hi.
women's,
And other things.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Uh-huh.
The best show Marvel has ever put out. Let's talk about it.
Ooh, that's how you feel, dude. Alex, you changed your tune.
I said from the second episode, I said I changed my tune.
your tune. Yeah, but the what a tale you've been through.
Yeah,
You
I
lied.
honestly, I
Why?
have changed. Why? What? Why are you so angry? That's what I
Not
want to know. Why?
Just
Why?
explain yourself.
So, okay, I will. So, hold on, let me remember what episode 3 was because it was so long ago. Episode 3
They
is
got-
Zemo
they got-
dancing.
They showed Zemo. We got Zemo.
Yeah, they got
They got
Zemo
Zemo
out.
Out of prison.
Yeah.
That
And
sexy
then-
woman showed back up. The power
Sherry
broker got
Carter?
introduced.
Sherry Carter.
And
Yeah,
then,
okay.
and the Wakanda ladies were like, hey,
Wakanda showed up. Yeah,
we're
yeah,
here
yeah.
to
They went
take,
to the. Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead, Rafa.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that was the end of it.
They showed
okay.
they showed that island, the city. What's it called?
Mandapore.
Madripoor.
Madripoor.
Yeah, that's the
Uh,
first. That's also
okay.
important too.
All right, so Falcon and Winter Soldier. For me, honestly, at this point, and if they continue to go down this road, I already like it way better than WandaVision. And the single answer for why I like it more than WandaVision is Captain America, which is the exact reason why I thought I wasn't gonna like this show. So Captain America, I'm going spoilers. Captain America has shifted very fast from the I hate this Captain America, but I understand his side. I empathize with him and his stepping into the role of Captain America. I am feeling exactly what I'm supposed to feel for him. I dislike him because he's not Steve Rogers, right? That's how the show portrays him. He's not him. He's never gonna live up to that. You know, we're Team Bucky, we're Team Falcon. They don't like him. I don't like him. This last episode 4, completely went all the way with this Captain America. I've always had like little sinister vibes from him. Like he's not, like something's off about this man. That's always what was like I always got that feeling from him. Whether the way he carried himself, the things he said, what he would do, something about him always struck me as
Just
hey,
seemed
something's
off.
off. Yeah, something's off. And we found out what it was on this last episode. It was power. He wants power. He craves it. He needs it. He wants power. He's power hungry. And on this last episode, he was finally able to get his hand on some power. And boy, oh boy, did that just fuck him up. So in the episode, I'm just going to talk straight to that since I'm already talking about Cap. He gets his hands on some super soldier juice, the super soldier serum.
Wait, did we
And
just skip over 3?
He did. He skipped over three.
Fuck three.
You're
I'm
just
talking
skipping.
about 4 now.
Why do we even say 3 and 4 if you're just going to talk about 4?
Well, because I'm talking about why I like the show, why it became my favorite show over WandaVision. And
Okay.
it's 1000% Captain America. Add in everything else that they're talking about, you get a really fucking amazing show. But in 4, he got his hand on some super soldier serum, and he actually took that motherfucker, and he just became like the Snyder versus Batman Captain America. And it was just the coolest fucking thing ever, just to see Captain America dead ass kill, like just become unhinged because his friend died. I'm just spoiling everything, but his best friend died, his Falcon died, and boy.
Battlestar.
Well, Battlestar Galactica got kicked into a fucking wall by another super soldier and died.
Which was also badass too. I was like, yeah, that man's dead.
Yeah, when he hit the wall, I was like, if he gets
when he got punched in the chest and flew away, I'm like, that man is dead. And then when he hit the wall, I'm like, that dude is double dead.
Which is so great because, go ahead.
I like how everybody stopped fighting and just looked over like,
They say, "Oh,
is he dead? Did he just die?"
Because everybody's like super powerful with the exception of Falcon, but he has, he's augmented with the wings. They kicked the normal ass dude at the wall. They're like, oh fuck, that's Captain America's boy.
He's dead.
Oh, that man dead.
Cap went over to him, and he put his, he checked for a pulse. There wasn't anything there, and you saw it. You saw that man just snap. He's like, yo, that's it. Murder time. So he jumps out the window, very similar to old Captain America style, but he beat the shit out of that other super soldier in the street in front of everybody with that shield.
Everybody was recording. That was like
blood
a world
on the
star.
shield. Dude, there was blood on the shield. That man damn near decapitated, and the world saw it. Captain America's image and name tainted,
Tarnished.
boy.
Yeah.
Tarnished. That mantle just got shit on. That's why. That's why this show just became like, just for me, like what the implications of that image at the end with like the America, like, you know, he's, for all intents and purposes, Captain America is America personified, right? Like the best of the best personified.
Right.
There's blood on the shield, murdered in the street, witnesses.
He's the All Might. He's the All Might of the Marvel. He's like the symbol of
and
peace.
he became Homelander, and I was like, yo,
Yep,
this is
and
the
I
best
wouldn't
thing I've
mind
ever
that.
seen.
Yeah.
This is the best thing I've ever seen, like Marvel do. Like they're going balls to the wall with it, and I'm so for it. Tie in all the real life implications that they're still going on, the race stuff, the poverty stuff, the whole, you know, like just everything that the show's about. Like, dude, this show is, I can't praise it enough. I can't praise it enough. I love what they're doing, and I'm just excited to see what the fuck this means now that Cap is just, you know, like. He's that's not Captain America anymore, you know.
No, that's negative Captain America.
He's
the
actually
anti.
turns into I think like he does in his comic series, like John Walker is a person who does take up the mantle of Captain America, and I think something happens where he does go unhinged, and he becomes like something. He's like another hero. I forget his name. If you can.
Oh
look it
yeah,
up.
Hector told me. He said he becomes U.S. agent, which is the dumbest
US
fucking
agent.
name of all time.
Yeah.
But he's essentially
which I'm sure they're gonna joke around about it or some shit. But I'm sure that's
Yeah.
he's on his way to becoming U.S. agent. Like obviously.
Yeah. And man, I didn't know that. I honestly had no idea U.S. agent was a thing, but now I'm all about it.
He's like isn't he just like the unhinged version of Captain America? Like he will.
Yeah,
fuck you up or
he's an anti-hero Captain America. He doesn't give a fuck. He'll kill you. He'll kill you in the street with the shield, and he don't give a fuck. Everybody sees it, and then you know what? He'll pose badass so you can see. Hey,
it's like,
this is
look
what
at
the
this
fuck you
fucking
get.
look at this paint job I put on this shield, bro.
Oh man,
You see
dude,
this nice decal on this?
When
Dude,
I
said
can't
no.
when he bashed the shit out of that dude in the street, I was like, yo, awesome, awesome.
I like this show. One, that scene was awesome, and that legit, I was like mouth agape when that happened. But I do like that the concepts that they're touching on with like what goes down or like what happened after the snap with regular people. Like they're diving really deep into it, and the concept of super soldiers living amongst us. Those are all like the conversations that we would actually have if things actually went down that way. I think it's dope. Like the whole concept of Zemo, where he's all like, essentially foreshadowing why we shouldn't have fucking super soldiers, which is like, you know, it does something to you having that much power, you know, like it does something to you. We're not meant to have that shit, and it'll mess you up, which we saw, and also I just love Zemo as a character.
Zemo's cool, man.
He's so cool.
Can we
He's
talk
charming
about
as
the
hell.
180? Yeah. Because I remember in Winter Soldier when Zemo first came out, and he was, you know, the mastermind, you know. He was Zemo. I hated him. I hate him. And you were supposed to. No, not hate like, oh, I hate this character, but like, you know, you're not supposed to like this dude. Obviously, he's the bad guy. You're not supposed to empathize with him. He's whatever. He's evil. Fuck him. But in this show, I love him. Like I want him to succeed. In Winter Soldier, I didn't want him to succeed. Is the change that I'm saying. Not that I didn't like the character.
No, because you're saying like you are supposed to empathize with him. Like you are supposed to empathize with it. Like he's an actual grounded character, and like his motives are sound. In Winter Soldier,
yeah, but
like,
that doesn't mean I want him to win, you know. But like now, I want him to win.
No, yeah, but like rooting for him or not, it's like I get it. You know what I'm saying? But and I you're rooting for him because he's on the good guy side now. But like
he clearly has his own intentions.
Obviously, yeah.
Like,
but why I'm rooting for him now is because I agree with him at this point in where the Marvel Cinematic Universe is.
He makes a good argument, dude. He does.
That's what I mean. Like the 180.
Wrong.
And like
that's what I'm saying.
That's the really cool thing about this show is that like you can make an argument for every single person here. You can make an argument for Zemo.
Every single person.
You can make an argument for Falcon and Bucky. You can make an argument for Captain America. John Walker, because John Walker, by the way, the reason why he's losing his fucking mind is because of the pressure of trying to live up to Steve Rogers and being Captain America.
Yes,
was a super soldier, which he's not a super soldier. But
he's
the thing
a regular
is,
guy.
he's just this regular guy who's trying to keep up with being Captain America. And every single time he's bringing up like his doubt and like, man, I don't know if I can do this. Everybody around him was like, man, you won 3 hearts, bro. What do you mean? You got this shit. And it's like, dude, that's not the point he's bringing up. The point is that he has self doubt in his heart. It's not like he's not qualified for it.
It's big shoes to fill.
It's he himself eternally feels that he's not ready for such a role, which is it just adds that extra spice to it when he decides to take the serum and he loses it and he kills someone in the middle of the street in public daylight. Like it's so good. Like this. Like I actually never thought about it this way, but now that you bring it up, Alex, I think I agree with you that this is better than WandaVision because of like because other the whole thing with John Walker, Captain America, that's just the cherry on top of the sundae. With everything else going on, with Bucky and Sam and their problems, the thing they're dealing with internally, the Zemo trying to do his own thing. Now Wakanda is in this too, like, and they're trying to get revenge from that movie long ass time ago.
War, yeah.
You know, and then also the Flag Smashers, which you can also make an argument for them. Like they also have a reason to fight. You know, that it's you know how earlier we're saying like things are not just black and white. This show is showing that not everything's black and white. There's just a whole lot of gray, and you can make an argument that they're wrong for this and they're right for that, and it's just whoever wins at the end and what team you're on. But it's not gonna be a clean break at the end.
Like there was a line that Bucky said to the Wakanda peoples. He said, "Lazimo's just an ends to the what is it? A means to an ends." That line is so you can apply that to literally everything in this show, and it's not wrong because everybody's doing something that they're not supposed to be doing to get to what they're doing. Like the Flag Smashers, them blowing them buildings up and doing what they're doing means to the ends. Him breaking out Zemo, obviously. John Walker is doing what he's thinking he needs to do in order to take up the mantle and deal with the pressure. Which, by the way, I'm glad you brought that up because when they keep bringing up those 3 Medal of Honors he has, even he looks at those like that. That's why I love the show so much because Medal of Honor is like glorifying what you did in the army, and even he says it in there in the show. It's like, I'm glad I got those 3 medals to glorify what we went through, those horrors that we had to do.
Our worst day ever, he said.
Worst day exactly. Experienced. And it's like, this is Marvel doing that. Like this is the most grounded thing I've seen them put out since like maybe Iron Man 1, I would say. Because in Iron Man 1 did the same thing. It took the curtain back, and you're like, oh, Tony Stark, that Stark Industries, a billionaire, all this stuff. Look at what your money's doing. And shit, yeah. Look at where you made your money from, and it kind of just shined a light on the arms race and all this other stuff. I can't remember, at least off the top, something else that's another Marvel piece that's this grounded. And that's just like real world repercussions, not so much big bad guy killed a lot of people, let's stop him. Not saying that they're all like that, but I can't remember
the Captain America movies. The Captain America movies. They've all dealt with like the actual how America deals with the shit that's going on. Civil War, Winter Soldier, that dealt with surveillance and how we're being looked at by the government. How even people who like Captain America are being lied to by the government. Not everybody knows the truth. And it's like it's the same thing here.
I guess this is more relatable. I guess
it's more. That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's more. It's like the Captain America movies did touch on more realistic versions of like what would happen with superheroes, but I feel with this specific story, it's more like it's way more deeper. Like it's put on an even bigger magnifying glass of saying, okay, what's going on with people who are also not superheroes, people who are dealing with the repercussions of this crazy shit that happened. Like it's way bigger story, and it's a bigger story with bigger repercussions, but also shows individuals, specific individual people suffering because of it. because the whole blip thing. Oh man, half of the world is gone. That sucks, right? Like, but we really didn't feel that impact until you start looking at the
The common folk,
individuals,
yeah.
at one specific, like Sam's like sister and all the shit that she went through, right?
Yeah.
They get really specific, and then you really feel like, damn, the blip sucks ass. Or like with Rambo or whatever her name is from WandaVision,
Yeah.
coming back and losing her mom and all that stuff, like not even knowing
Mm.
that happened, like it's really, they're doing some really special things, because they could have just said, like, let's just keep doing Marvel stuff, and where it's still PG and fun and silly, but still cool action stuff. It's like, no, let's actually do some human storytelling here with action. It's really awesome stuff they're working on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. I can't wait for the next episode. I want to see where they go with this. Like, bad guy
Yeah.
Captain America. That sounds cool.
It's so
US
it's
agent.
He's
so
clearly going to be the bad
badass.
guy. He's clearly the main bad guy of this.
But that's the thing. There's the power broker in the whole background of the thing that we haven't even seen.
He's
yet.
technically
Well,
pulling the
we haven't
strings
seen
of
him
the
yet.
Flag Smashers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now he's coming after the Flag Smashers. He already sent the text to saying, "Hey, bitch,
Yeah.
give my
Yeah,
shit
he
back."
went in her DM.
That
said,
shit
"Hey,
was smashed
motherfucker."
up by Zemo. Like Zemo smashed up all the shits, and Cap took the
Yeah.
last one. It's like, yo, he's coming. Wakanda's now in play. Like, dude, there's
There's a
so
lot
much
Yeah,
that
like
just happened.
there's just so much stress.
There's a lot going on.
My favorite scene, other than that, like that last battle, excuse me, was Sam talking to the what is her name? The leader of the Flag Smashers. I forget her name. Starts with a K or something like that. I forget what it is.
Kaylee?
Kylie? Kaylee?
Fuck! I know
Kara?
her name. Hold on.
Kara?
I don't remember exactly
Cassandra.
what.
No, it's not that.
I forget what her name is. But while you look it up, like them speaking, like, because I like that kind of reiterated where Sam came from. It's like, I used to talk to war vets. I used to provide therapy to people. So if anybody understands what she's going through, or anybody could reach this person without violence, because that's also a thing in the show too. It's like, not everything has to be resorted with violence, but like, anger and misinterpretations and shit like that kind of like gets muddled in it. But like that conversation, like she was coming to his side. Like you can
She
see
was understanding.
you can see
Yeah.
the tide shifting on what's gonna happen, and like because
Carly Montague. Carly Morgenthau.
Carly Morgenthau, yeah. Like that whole thing, and like Sam actually talking to her like, hey, I'm down with your cause. Like, your cause is true and it's correct, but there's ways to go about it. And she's all like, nah, we're not like them. I'm like, but you're using their methods. And it's like, you can tell that she's like, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do. It's the same thing of like, not everything is black and white. And that kind of, I felt like put a giant magnifying glass on that. It's like, obviously the whole show, but like literally even the characters are realizing it's like, hey, just because what you're fighting for is correct doesn't mean the way you're going about it is.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until fucking John Walker showed up that shit that went south. And I love this show. It's great. It's really good. It really does make you think about these topics that there isn't they're more philosophical in nature. There isn't a correct way to move. Where it literally, however you introduce this to the individual, you'll get a different answer, which literally is happening in the show. Like, Marvel has not done this in a hot minute, or not to this
No.
degree.
Not at all. I feel
This
like
show
A quick-
shits on WandaVision,
they're
shits
really
on it.
they're really flexing their muscles here, saying like, hey, we can be more than just a fun action summer blockbuster studio. We could really
Yeah.
do some really next level storytelling here.
They said, "Fuck you, Scorsese." That's what they said.
This
The-
is
the-
cinema. No, but another quick little tidbit that I just found out. I didn't know this. The Flag Smasher is actually a villain, an anti-nationalist supervillain in the comic books, and he's a man.
Mhm.
He's played by Carl Morgenthau. In the
Yeah.
show, it's Carly Morgenthau, and it's now a group, the Flag Smashers.
Mm.
So I think that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was a character.
And that's
Yeah.
a cool way. That's a cool way to go about that as well.
Yeah, the Power Broker is also another comic book character too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Broker
yeah, I
is
know
a-
that one. I'm not gonna. I know that that's a real one, but I'm not gonna look him up because I don't want to know yet anything.
Mhm.
But yeah,
True,
what were
true,
you gonna say,
true,
Rob?
true.
I'm sorry.
What was I gonna say? I don't remember, but I'm gonna say this now. I think I'm speculating here. I think that lady, the one that got kicked out of the United States or whatever, the one that's on the run, the blonde
Sherry,
lady.
or what I think her
Yeah.
name is.
Yeah,
forget what her name
I
is.
think she's the power broker.
That's been a theory that's been going around.
Yeah,
that
'cause
she's the power broker.
Because she said this line when she got introduced in season 3, in episode 3, where she's like, where Sam's like, "Oh man, you got these connections on here." She's like, "Hey man, if you're gonna go for it, you got to go for like the best of the best, like top tier type shit. You know, like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna play second fiddle to anybody." Type of line she said. I was like, "Oh, she went for it all, and she's going for the big boys. She might be the actual power broker." That's what
I
I
feel like
thought.
if she's the power broker, like why would she help them find the serum then? Like
Maybe
unless
she
she's trying to
couldn't find
yank it back to fucking. Maybe
See,
she couldn't. She
I-
literally helped them find the guy.
I can see her being it. I don't. I just don't want it to be. Honestly, I don't. I
hope
want
it's
to.
not
it.
For
I don't
me,
know.
I want another. I want another reveal. I want somebody else to be it. I want a new player.
Like another
is what I
nefarious.
want. I want another. I want an expansion to the universe, or give me somebody else. If it's cool, I'm not gonna be mad. Like I'm not gonna be here like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's cool that character went through that arc.
I might be a little
Because
disappointed.
she was a
maybe.
good guy. She was an agent. She worked with Cap also, and it's cool to see that the people that were around Cap, where they ended up. Well, I think that's cool too. But I want it to be
Yeah.
somebody else.
I would like
Yeah.
that. Also, another thing about Madripoor in general, a lot of people are excited because I think like Madripoor has a lot to do with the X-Men as well. I think like
Yep.
Wolverine had a lot of storylines in
Yep.
Madripoor and shit like that. So it's just another instance of like, look at these X-Men type things that we are,
Yeah.
that we're
I
talking
don't know,
about.
like-
Raise eyebrows.
I feel like they're not gonna bring the X-Men until like years later on.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like it's cool to
Okay.
kind of see like the seeds are being planted. Where it's like-
right.
Quicksilver from the other dimension, whether he is who he is or not. Madripoor, which is a place that Wolverine frequents and shit like
It's
that.
a fictional
kinda,
island.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not.
Madripoor is a fictional island located in Southeast Asia, appearing in
apparently
comic
like-
books mainly associated with X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, so it's like
Mm,
even if they're not referencing the X-Men like directly, it's like we got the shits, you guys.
Right.
We got the shits, you guys. And that's what I'm excited about. Like I'm just excited with how much reference the X-Men that they're doing without.
I just
directly
figured out who the
referencing
power
them.
broker was.
Who is
The
it?
power broker. Look, Madripoor, right? There's an M
Oh no.
for Madripoor.
Mephisto.
Dude, it's Mephisto.
It's
It's
always
Mephisto.
been Mephisto. God
I
damn it.
figured it out, guys.
damn.
Mephisto.
I knew it.
Mm. Mm.
I like
Mm.
mayonnaise on my sandwich.
Wa-
Mephisto.
Wakanda.
Mhm.
Wakanda. Turn that W
that.
upside down. It's an M. Mephisto.
Mm,
God damn it.
Mm.
mm.
God damn it.
Mm.
You know who it is? It's Zemo. You know why? Zemo is Mephisto because one, there's an M in Zemo. Two, he's got a lot of money. Mephisto. He's
Mm.
Mephisto.
Makes sense.
That's it.
Makes
That's it.
sense.
Mephisto. Mephisto.
Mm.
Mm.
See?
And then
Come on
like
now.
if you take the Z and Zemo and add another little leg at the end of Z, that's a sideways M Mephisto.
Yeah.
Mephisto. That's it right there.
I don't like that one, but
Makes sense to me.
I mean, no, I understand it makes sense to you, though.
Yeah.
I was like, that was more. I'll take
You know, a lot of. No, I'm done. That was gonna be a very horrible one.
No, well,
Okay,
it can't go
yeah,
past
the
whatever
thing-
the fuck
no,
he said.
No, it was
What-
worse. It was.
What are you gonna
worse.
say?
It was a play on these fists though, with fists and Mephisto. It's
Oh,
bad.
okay,
It's
yeah,
bad.
you
I
could
stopped it.
you could go ahead.
I stopped it.
And watch it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You do your thing, man.
No,
Go
it's all
ahead,
good.
go
It wasn't fully thought out. I canceled it in production, so it's
Well,
all
I
good.
appreciate you
Um,
for having the foresight
Check it
to
out.
be like, nah.
Check it out. Everybody in the show is at least 18 years or above. 18 is letter M, like number wise. like the numbers.
I get what you're saying,
Mephisto.
but no,
Mephisto.
that was ugly. This man said 18 is the letter M.
Yeah, because like if you count them, like
18.
A, B, C.
Are you saying it's the 18th letter in the alphabet?
Yeah.
He said
What
it, but
the
like
fuck is 18
stupid.
is the letter M?
I said it in a real dumbass way.
Wow, you're a
18
moron,
Now I gotta-
Mephisto. There you go.
There you go.
Now I gotta
It's
look
fucking-
up the 18th letter of the alphabet. Hold on.
It's M, isn't it?
Are you just
It's
asking
R,
that?
you fucking idiot.
Oh shit.
It's Scoot Mephisto.
Mephisto.
It's 18th letter is for Rafa.
M is the 13th letter.
Oh, there you go.
Goddamn
There you go.
dumbass.
I thought he
13th.
was saying. You need to be 18 or older to play a rated M game.
That's a good one too.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
Oh, I
Use
gave you
Mephisto.
credit, you fucking
Use that one.
moron. I thought that's what.
Use that one. Use that one. Hey, we're using that one.
Wait. Pause. Rafa, I absolutely need to know how you landed on 18 is M. What mathematical
that?
equation?
I was just like, I just did a quick count in my head. I guess I fucked it up.
Too quick. Slow down.
Yeah. I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
He said
Rafa, you missed the mark by like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty rough, my
I don't
guy.
know, whatever, bro.
What
Just
alphabet did you
respond.
hold on? What alphabet did you say in your mind?
I used a little bit of English and a little bit of Spanish. I threw some
My-
Enyes in there.
You said
some
A
Enyes.
B
Enyes,
C
that's
C D D E
Yeah.
F
L,
G.
Enye, Ene,
L.
Enye. I was throwing the variations of some letters in there
I
too.
can see what happened. I can see what happened there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can see
you
it.
threw the lower cases
It's
in there,
rough.
like A
The lower
uppercase,
cases.
A lowercase.
Long A, short A.
You
You
said
know.
Oh
A
shit!
A.
A home.
Yeah. A I. Yeah.
The O with
Oh
the 2
my
dots
God.
over it.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Oh my goodness!
I get it. I
All
get
right.
it.
Well, with that, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Player Pod with Alex, John, and Rafa.
Holy shit.
That
was
U
gonna say
in there
holy
with the
shit.
2 dots. That Uber.
Yep.
I got it.
The Uber
You don't
you.
know the alphabet. I got it. you
Rafa
man.
hilarious.
Things.
Rafa make me giggle real good.
Hey, if you like that episode, make sure to follow us on YouTube and Twitter and all that good stuff. We post these every week, Monday, 6 a.m. They're already out, so by the time you wake up, we are right there ready to talk to you or
Oh
talk to each
my
other and you listen.
God, guys,
No.
Friday the 13th is always like. No, wait, hold up. The third. Wait, hold up. I fucked it up. Never mind. I was gonna say that the Winter Soldier and Cap and Falcon come out on Fridays, and the Friday the 13th is it's always on a Friday, the same day that the show gets released. 13 equals M because it's the 13th letter of the alphabet. Mephisto.
The amount of work that you have to put in for that joke to
Yeah.
even not land is
For not land, I really
astounding.
I fucked it up really bad.
I will give you a
Dude.
clap for trying.
Thanks.
just for trying your best.
I love how you like crashed and burned and just gave up.
Like-
Like you just said,
Yeah,
you said,
and
after
that-
Friday
and
the
that-
13th,
never mind.
never mind.
He said
Yeah.
13. Right, never mind.
Forget
Bye.
it. Fuck that shit. Forget it. Whatever.
funny.
It's funny
as hell.
because it would have been a good one, but it just went to hell so fast.
Yeah.
It would have been
Uh,
very conspiracy theory. Like
Right? Yeah.
he said 13. Never mind.
Never mind. All right, but thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you guys next week. No, we'll see you Wednesday for the Scooby-Doo version episode. I can't talk now. Does It Hold Up
Everybody.
Movies podcast only on audio. Only on audio.
Yes.
Adios.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're all a little stupid today. Okay.
Ooh. We, you, y'all.
You.
No, not me.
y'all.
That's y'all.
That's y'all.
All right, y'all. I'm cutting this shit off. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Bye.
Mephisto will be
Bye.
my head.